Warrior of, what is that? Warrior of Christ. Hey, kitty, kitty. Here, this, landing always on the feet. The punching bag, landing always on the feet. What does it mean? Where's the weight? Where is the balance in this amazing cell? Does anybody know what a cat is? If you had to go through games, if you had to do a search through games as a child, and we made up a game, and we said in this game, one of the questions would be, where would the cat be in our bodies? Where would the dog be in our bodies? Where would the cow, the horse, the pig, the buzzing of the fly, the mosquitoes, where would everything be? So I don't have that answer. But over time, I came up with little corpse of reasons these beautiful beasts, a continuation of how do we, as the hue of light on day 6, coming and animal and man, land, animal, land, animal, land, animal, and man. Do you think this means nothing? Or can it mean something? Is it a word? In which Bible was it said? We have to go back first to the 6 or 7 days of creation. We have to go back and look at all the words that were written down. What words take hold? And in which world are they in? Are they which position? Which position are they in? Do you think the word land, Aretz, the land of Aretz, apparently, according to the Hebrew, they called it the land of Aretz. The word of God spoken through the mouth of Moses. And to his side, who was to the side of Moses? And I take up on all the religions. You tell me anything in any of the scriptures. You tell me anything, and all. And tell me nothing, I can only tell you the story I know. The story I understand, the story I believe for the way I understand it, from where it comes from, where my due diligence picked and poked into different holes to understand how all the smartest people in this entire planet, how every smart person who has a diploma that we can declare sanity. These people are sane. So I study what they do. I show you the difference of what they haven't done. And you come onto this channel or you refuse to come here because you say, that's insanity. The person, the avatar that's on this channel right now is insanity. Sanitarium. You know, most of the information comes from the sanity, the insanity, the not being. Let me just put it this way. When I'm sitting down and concentrating, I get onto my throne. And when I'm done, I get my reading paper out. I'm Dr. Dre. And I get my reading paper and they call it the torsion paper, like lighting that torch. All that information, well, you don't have to laugh. Yeah, you can laugh. But last week when I went to the doctor, he says we need a couple of samples. You know, you got to go and pee and then give blood. You got to give blood, you got to pee, and then you got to put something on a piece of paper or something. These are the samples. They're reading who you are. So if you don't think you're sending out any messages, right? When the cat goes and pees in the litter box or licks her fur and cleans herself, gathering the last message while the dogs are grooming themselves. Do you think they're just grooming themselves? Is that what you were made to believe because of everything you've ever heard? Well, I can tell you something off the wall. And do you know, or do you remember that everything off the wall, especially if it's a ball, it's going to come back and either you're going to catch it or you're not. Might hit the fence. And one of those ideas happens to be a ball itself. Somebody started to play with a ball and they made a game out of a ball, but all it was a ball. It wasn't anything at all. It was just some oil that was stuck to my hand that dried out, and I made it into a ball and we started throwing it back and forth, right? But if I tell you we're going to drive using those balls, or we're going to use those balls to move 2-ton stones, you might laugh at me. Or if I would say this or this or this is done on purpose, you would laugh at me. Going out of the box and sticking your sword into the stone and finding all the information, dividing up the dust, reading the dust, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. To dust. In French, the sound of ash is the H letter. The H letter is on the left and is on the right. It is not the I letter that cuts me in half. A nostril on each side, a mouth on each side, an ear on each side. And within all the discussion between the two sides, I relieve myself and the information gets picked up. The sanitary, the garbage can. In the garbage can, what's in the garbage can? We'd have to go down to the road of our souls. And we go down to the road of our souls, and I put everything together, that everything I've ever seen and heard in my life, and I'm just repeating it back to you, how it comes back over 60 years of time, that in the road of my soul, connected to the heavens, of the one light reflecting off of 2 moons, and bringing that light onto the 2 sides, onto the 2 sides, onto the 2 sides. This moon and this moon. And this moon. This is Luna, also known to cancel, also known as anal. Luna backwards. Once you say lune in English, it says one. The L letter, just like in land, animal, and man, the L, it happens to be 4 parts of what is 9, and where the 5th part connects the second 4 parts. A, E, and I. An L. The L in the land is a one of the wings. Un, equaling to 1. A and L is the birth between the divided sun. And you can say, well, you're making it all up. Yeah, I am. But the A letter tells me a story. It says, I can hold the 2 moons, one on each side, and the moon up here, the unicorn, or to the Taurus bull. The Luna moon is over here. This moon and this moon are the moons of Mars. Venus runs in all 4 houses. And in the 4th house, Venus resides in you. Venus, Mars, Saturn, Neptune. And then within all of you from Venus, Mercury, 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 Mercury. 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. Your creation in the Venus world, and 1 again is 4. 4 and 1. King, home, 45 through the foxhole. Gate 6 with the 1 spirit. From the Venus house, 2 moons and 1 moon and the 6. 2 moons and the 6, 8. 2 moons, 1 moon and the 6, 7. 7 and 8, look up and look at these cubes. 2 and 1, 7 and 8. I got this. The decoder, the games, all in all, is everywhere. Mix and match and understand the differences of everything. Bring it back together. Ask yourself the question, does it make any sense at all? How would I know? I know it makes perfect sense because I keep repeating the same story over and over and over, and I haven't forgotten yet. And I keep adding on and on and on. Let me see what this is here. Oh, look, there's a big tiger.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you? So I'm here doing a live. So you can hear me now or no? I don't know if I can do a match. I hear too much fooling around, no direct speaking. I'm busy doing a live here. If you want to come to my channel, okay. I just got interrupted. Seems like nobody's serious out there. Invite Elamir, somebody coming from the beach. I don't know when it comes to that small letters. I don't invite. If you want to come up here and talk with me direct, there's no problem there. I'm a little timid. I'm a little shy, although it doesn't look that way. In fact, I'm going to get back to that story. Usually, I like to write all this stuff down. Why do I like to put stuff on my head and dress up? Let's call it just a good vibration. I don't know if it's looking good or not, but I don't know. I don't care how it looks. It's how I feel with how it looks is basically what it is. I like to wear this. I don't want to feel any outside vibration, right? I don't want to feel it. Now, some people might say, well, how can a vibration from out there? I don't know if the dog barks all night. Will it bother you? If the cat meows or purrs underneath you all night, run, 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 run. You know, you hear the bike beside you, pop, 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 pop. No, it's okay. Doesn't mean anything, does it? But then they take out the guitar. They stroke one of the strings. They hit one of the keys of the piano. Someone's voice starts to sing, and it touches you. Where does it touch you? Did it touch your ear? Well, that's an ear. That's an ear. That's a nose. The pieces and parts inside that breathe, that smell, that is decorticated from a brain that's only vibrations. How is it talking to your motherboard? The cupboard was bare. Maybe old Mother Hubbard, the cupboard was bare because she couldn't have any children. Maybe that's what it was all about, And it didn't have to do with that. The cupboard is bare is because by not bearing any children, right, you have nothing in the cupboard, which is the cans. I'm just trying to remember what this story is. I only did it once, right? But more or less, to say, I'm just trying to put this back together. There's a motherboard in the computer, to make it short, right? And if old Mother Hubbard has nothing left in the cupboard, it could also mean she's over 40 and she is dislocated from the connection of the moon. There's another thing in the child, that what's in the child, but I don't remember what that part is. And there's a period at the end of every sentence. The woman pays that sentence, okay, for up to 28 years before the beginning of the dislocate. The 28-year cycle from the age of 12 plus going into the 13th year, okay, ending up in the 40th and ending in the 41st year is when you begin the menopause. So the pausing of the man in the menstrual cycle, right? Because it was and is the female noted. And what it is it is the woman. And when we're referring to feminine, we're referring to masculine, is we're now, we didn't have to give anything any names. We didn't have to write any numbers, right? What if I didn't say 2 or 3? And how come you say number 3 is odd and number 2 is even and number 5 is odd and number 7 is even, right? Why are we doing all this? Why do we need to know? Why do we need to know any of this? Why do I need to know that it's going fast or going slow? And when you're saying the word going, how's it's going? I think it's describing what it's doing, and what it's doing is going, okay? And it's going slow. So there's, I think, a verb and an adverb. So why do I need to know about the verb or the adverb? Because by decorticating everything, you can learn how to do that with the numbers. The numbers are within the alphabet, in which our dots and dashes connected by lines would create characters that we give names that when used in words, that will create a word that will have a definition, And now you will know by that word what to whatever that word is, right? Will words harm you? You remember sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never harm me? Well, a stick and a stone, right? The stick and the stone, okay, can also be looked at as a dot and a dash. Sticks and stones will break my bones. But names, I think it's harm or hurt me, never hurt me. Hurt or harm. And let me get a glass of water. I'm going to come back. Welcome to the live. It seems like there's nobody here, but I'm still here. And I'm just going to do this because I'm going to just download it, upload it to my, upload it to YouTube. I should start up my YouTube here, right? There's not very many people here unless they're not letting anybody show up. Let me see this. I'm going to put a little prayer out there. You don't mind anybody if I make a prayer? Here goes that prayer. To the altar angel that comes within who I am, 71. I go up to your bank within and passage around the moon to understand why my soul is not receiving a good vibration out into this social world that we live. What I actually said is I said that my worm, which is my sperm, that dislocates from the moon, right? When the menstrual cycle ends in the menopause years, number 71 is sperm, right? When it's moved up into 360 degrees of balance, it's no longer 71. It now becomes SPEARM. It now adds on 30. It now becomes 101. Why does that happen? Why did I do this? When the alphabet shifts from where it is, from 26, and adds the numbers into it, goes to 36, right? Or we take the 26 and don't say we add anything. We're not going to count the first 5. We're not going to count the last 5. I won't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I won't count 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. What I will count is instead of A1, it's A6. A is now the 6th number. Z is the 31st number. I will not count 32, 33, 34, 35, or 36, and I will not count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's not that I'm not going to count them, but I only got 26 letters, so I'm going to shove them in the center right over there. Now we have the letters balancing. So in the word SPERM, okay, it's 5 letters. Since we move up everything by 5, I will add 5 to every single letter. There's 6 letters times 5 is 30, plus the original number in the word sperm is 71, equals to 101, right? And what it is within 71 is the reverse of 71 to bring it to bring it to this, to run it on its own wheel, run it on its own axis. You have to bring everything to 10, running it on the axis of the star. The axis of the star 10 is 9 and 1, 10. 9 times 1, 9 plus 1, 9 and 1, 10. 7 and 3, 10. 7 times 3, 21. 8 and 2, 10. 2 times 8, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 and 6, 10. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. So when we understand how to use all these numbers, level 1, the heart, is number 5. But when you get to level 4, when everything mirrors out, whoa. When you get, so we have the heart over here. When you get to level 4, it's A, B, C, D. Here's the boot. Once you get here, it's all finished. Now we move on over to this side of the boot. This side of the boot is the reverse of this side of the boot, and it connects here. The crisscross 10 connection, right? 7, 3, 8, 2, all runs through the heart of the boot over here. we have to cross over that number 4 times. 4 times 5 equals to 20. So 5e becomes T20. NASA's countdown, T minus counting, when you say the word minus, right, that is 999. As well, it is going somewhere through a back end. And the reverse of the word nus could be the S. It's also the sun. Finishing with an S plural. Remember, that means more than one. The letter MI together is either 1001 or it's 999. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. The 5E T20 is now going to be V22 and G7. When you bring these together, I'm going to erase this from what I wrote. Just give me a minute. I need to get some water. So when this crisscrossing comes together and yet you pass through the center, okay, 4 times, I'm going to show you this design again. Here's what happens. The E position is the heart position. It's the rotating position and known as the 1 position. 1 is noted, the 1 dot on the card or on here is noted to be 1. Right? This is the heart of both sides, the left side and the right side. If I created the A and then connected it together, okay, it would show up just like this. The cutting edge to this, or the connecting part of this, is right over here. You take it, you go up to here, you go down to here, right? So the separation is 4, 5, and 6. Call it the Fed, the separation. So let's drop that out. That part, right, is going to be, see the way it looks right now? Is that an LP, an L9? What can that possibly look like? Right? What would that look like? But what happens in this, okay, before it begins, it looks like this. We connect this area here with this area here by virtue of this area over here. You can also notice 6 and 9 inside of this, in this separation. At the same time, if you look at this and go to the chessboard, they're going to call this in French, it's the tour, right? I think I call it the castle. I think the tour is the castle. And it moves 2 this way and 1 down, right? So it moves 1 this way and 2 over. 2 over, 1 up, 2 over, 1 down. That piece can do this entire thing back and forth, right? So what happens at this? This one is 10. This one over here is going to be 30. So the lower side is 10, and this is 30. You're 30, 15, and 15 in tennis, and then 10 is 40, and then game. And this is what it looks like. Do you follow what this is? A, B, C, D. I'm going to try and see if I can write that down. A, B, C, D. Has anybody ever wondered, like I did? I did, because that was my big question. Like, one of my big questions was, like, were the initials RIP? RIP. And on the gravestone, it says rest in peace. And then when I got my first computer, it asked me if I had an IP address. And there was a little, piece of, there was a little piece of dirt around it. And I thought it said RIP. And I'm saying, why at the graveyard is an RIP? And over here, I have an RIP. And then I figured out it was my IP address, right? IP, pi, 16 and 9, right? 16 and 9. You do know that 3 times 3 is 9 and 4 times 4 is 16. Did you know the male and the female sex organ? I just have to do this and this. Female sex organ, 54. Male sex organ, 63. And it's the only ones, right? It's the only one. Let me take a look. It's the only one that comes in that fashion, that has double. It's a double. It's the only dice that comes up double. It has the void of what you don't see and what you do see. What you don't see and what you do see. In all reality, the architect comes out with the blueprints. And you say you need X, Y, and Z done. So you show him this. Says, okay, I see it. We flattened it all out, and there's absolutely nothing there. You see nothing. And then you go ahead, and he says, show me the blueprints of where nothing was. And these are the blueprints. 3 to the left, 3 to the right, and 3 to center. So I got an idea that maybe I'll redo it like this way. 3 to the left, 3 to the right, and 3 to the center. So I'm walking around one day and I say, you know what? This dice cube tells me the same thing, right? Although it doesn't show me all the dots, I can tell right away that by having one dot in the center, there is an above and there is a below. So there is 3. I have to invite co-hosts because I'm not sure if it's going to interrupt what we're doing right now. How are you, Divine? V1V 500. You know, the first 4 letters, D500. The I is 1, the V is 5, and the I is 1. The N, okay, the N can be used. The N, what's special about the N is the capital N, right, in the star system. When you make rectangularism, right, rectangularism with a division, what happens, you can write 2 N's. One like that, and then like that, right? You remember, you ever look at the flag of Great Britain? You can do it right there. N and N is 28. It's a crisscrossing. N, and then N, right, backwards. Let me see if I can do this here and see if I said it right. N, and then N. Yes, I got that right over here. In Russia, they put the R and the N the opposite way. So if they can do it that way and use it for their decoded vibration, I can use it to understand it. When I put them together over each other, I end up with this, 9/11. Why is it 9/11? Because X with a 1 before it is 9, and X with a 1 after it is 11. They're holding both sides. It's also 500 versus 500. Roman numeral for D, and for me, this is a D. D facing D is 500. When I put it this way, right, it's connecting 2 sides of the barriers, H, 180 degrees. When it's like this, I call it the 90-degree angle. I like to use it as the 90 and write a straight line down here. I'm also going to call this is where Luna moon shows up, and this is where the moons of Mars shows up. The moons of Mars show up on the H, the moon of Earth shows up in the I. Now, if everything was tilted a little bit, where would everything be in perspective? Because there is a tilt to Earth, right? And when we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we count this way. When you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you count on this angle. When you're counting 1, 3, 5, 7, or 2, 4, 6, 8, that's going to be counted this way, the flat way. Where did I find this out, and would you like to see? I'm going to show you. When I draw a line like this, I have one line, then I have 3 lines, and then I have 5 lines. 1 line, 3 lines, 5 lines. When I do this, okay, I have 1, I have 3, I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. In this area, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. 1, 2 dots. 2, 4, 6 and dots. Here it's 1, 3, 5 and dots, right? You notice it goes by 2s. When we count this way, I have 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots. So when I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc., I'm counting halfway areas. When you get to 10, it's halfway areas. This part over here is halfway between here and here. Let me just mark it down and show you. See the way I'm cutting the squares in half? See the way the squares get cut in half? This square gets cut in half. So it's telling me that even if I'm counting the both ends of it, right, I'm cutting it in half. I'm only counting 1, 2, 3. And here I'm counting by 2s. So there's something going on. If I'm counting by 1s, I'm going to talk about Earth and Luna. If I'm talking about 2s, I'm going to talk about Mars. And I find this separation because Mars has 2 moons. Earth has 1 moon. Mercury is not relevant to the factor. Why isn't Mercury relevant? Because apparently, if I understand this correctly, Mercury is going to control the moons of Mars. 1 planet and 2 moons equals to 3, right? That'll be Mercury. Mercury's number is 103. The cycles run in 313. To connect Saturn, you need 31 times 3. To connect Angel, the word angel 10, and a few other things with reason and the sky, you need 1 and 3. The cycles that we move in is 103. JC, also the initials could be for Jesus Christ, 103. The word Mercury, starting with M and E, 13 and 5, which is the division of 26, which is the division of the alphabet, being the division at 13.5. That division says AC and E, ace. Ace is noted to be the division of the sun. We work with the 3 cubed, or let's call it the sun cubed. The reason I say 13.5 works with the sun is because the word SUN equals to 135. The word ace equals to 135. And when you play the game of pool, you end up with the orange ball. The orange ball is valued at 60 and 33, 6, and a few other numbers. I'll explain to you those numbers and why in a minute. The A letter is noted to be between 2 sides, okay, a minimum of 2 sides, and I call it the delta angle. Just let me do this over here. You can do a left-sided A and a right-sided A. I call them the delta angles. You put the bar over here on A, you connect the moon on one side over here, a moon here, you put Luna up over here, and you connect the 2 sides of the sun. Here you connect what I understand, possibly either it's the sun or the moon. There are 3 areas on a board. Okay, the areas will show up in different shapes. And the basics of the shapes, okay, is going to be either the window or the donut. And the reason for that, when you get the donut, you're going to get Earth and you're going to get 33. When you get the window, you're going to get Mars and you're going to get 22. And none of this is by anything of my choice. This all has to do with dots and dashes and all the games that anyone has ever seen. Things that are fair to the children of the Creator. We're all the children of creation. We are only the extension, breathing in the same breath that was created for us. Electronics. Our heartbeat doesn't beat just because we have life. We breathe the air that gives us the power, the fire of the dragon. The sun is within our heart, based on the numeric value that in the position of where 1 and 2 must make 3. You cannot live without 1 inside 2, one area inside 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 all the way around, creating 3. To complete 3, you need 6. That is our base creation, A and B and C. When you mirror our creation, you go to D. So when you add this up, I will show you A, B, C, this even will show you, okay, that when the birth of a child comes upon this life, it will also tell you that before this child is born, whether or not and what part is actually a living human and why. Number 29 is Hugh. The 29th day of February is the leap. The 92nd day is April 1st, which used to be the 91st day, but not in a leap year. The word spirit is 91. You connect the two systems with 9 and 1. 9 and 1 will create what is the two systems of 9/11, alpha, right, which is the heavens of beta. The heavens of beta. I say it that way because when we start connecting 9, I go 1 and 8. Those are the highest numbers for 9. I never use 9 for 9. When it comes to number 11, I never use 1 to create 1 and 1. Look at your calculator. I'll be back in a minute. I'm very thirsty. Thank you for being here at this moment. Our own personal thoughts from another dimension of our own mind. An argument is an uncompromised discussion. Learning to communicate. When a child is born and you hear it's going to be a boy, very often you will see they will buy blue, baby blue. And when it's a girl, very often they will buy pink. Both pink and blue, baby blue, have something in common, and it's something that is not in common. Please let me know, what you believe it is. prefer it to be grape. The grapevine, the ape vine, the monkey in the tree. Sorry if I'm missing all these comments and like Yeshua. Hi, how you doing? Gemini Zol. Hi to birds. You waved at live birds. I'm gonna say hi. I'm not sure who's staying in. Hi. Hey, how you doing? No, I didn't get to read any of that stuff yet. How are you, Divine? How are you, Sue? The only reason I feel sometimes a little timid when I come onto this is because although I might have some good decodification, I like to use that word because I like to say discord, but I don't like the short word. I like to just, the way it comes out of me, I discord. What am I going to say? I'm discording? No, I go discordification, right? So, I do not have, my color commentary is not very expanded, more or less. I'm not even sure how to say it. I should just continue on to explain what's going on here. So when it comes to the girl, unlike, right, the red and the blue, which is the hot and the cold. Again, hot and cold, right? Do you see any reason why I said it? On one side is the 3. On the other side is the 4. So when it's hot and cold, it's hot and cold. When you mix them together, the colors, they become purple. And now if you mix them properly, okay, it becomes warm. So instead of saying staying on the blue cold side, 34, it moves over to the 43 hot side. 43 is hot, okay, and 34 is cold. If I go to the left, we're going to say cold is on the left. We're going to say hot is on the right. So I'm going to have to stay with the right devil. And I'm going to stay with the elephant. Because the red lights are on the trunk of the car. Now in the electric car, I think, where's the motor in the electric car? I have to see what's going on here, right? I think it's somewhere else in the car. Anyways, regardless of that, okay, the word cold is usually blue. Blue is not what they call the right Republican. Blue is what they call the Democrat. So if blue is the Democrat, it's on the left. You're also going to have to say blue for boy. But we can't say hot for girl. Because what happens for girl is we add some white to the red to make the pink. And the white to the blue to make the baby blue. And when white gets added to the red, you end up with pink. So we don't have a baby pink. We have a pink. You know, people are inviting me. I just don't want to get off my channel. I'd like to go to other channels and get other people to come here, but I'm hoping that you're going to just shout out and shout out to whoever you can. If you like what I'm doing, you know, the end result is here is, for me, is not get rich quick and leave. Never. Never ever. This is when I get to a point, right? When I get to a point where I start, whichever point that is, right? But when I get to the point where it starts making the waves move, okay? And the people start to know, and they start to learn that true vibration within them. We will make the energy move. And when the energy moves, that is dangerous. What is this planet made from? Does anybody know the actual how this works? I don't know who I am as what is a human, only what I've been told. I have no idea what my heart is doing other than beating. I don't know if the air that I breathe, what it is it electric? But I do know there's something moving in my body to keep me alive. All these pieces and parts I can't understand, millions and trillions and billions, and I'm not more than 5'7". How can millions and billions and trillions? I'm a trillionaire. I'm actually a trillionaire. Right? The Mars is the dollar sign, right? But in different parts of the country, they change the name of their frequency of their what do you call it? They change the name of the not monetary. What is the monetary monorail? What do they call it? The monetary system? No. What do they call it? Anyways, whatever it is, you take out your keyboard, right? Let me just take out my other keyboard. Then I'm going to go, I think I boiled some water, right? So I take out the keyboard over here. And this is a terrible keyboard. Jesus, Murphy. So over here we have the exclamation point, or the eye upside down, a little fatter at the bottom, possibly talking about the two moons. Over here we have the @ sign, so I know I might be sending some email into one of the worlds of Venus. I might be coming up to the pound key where the 9 lives of the cat communications center is, Earth. Then I'll bump into Mars, the dollar sign. The numeric value for Mars, okay, is right where the dollar sign is. Although Earth is the 3rd planet, Mars is the 4th planet. Mars comes with its reality, so does 5. The numeric value for Mars, right, is right there. It's 51. And in the dollar sign, it's 5 and 1. And when you see the 5 and 1, and you draw it onto paper, I will do that in a minute. Here is the percentage sign, which divides the A, B, C, D with 6, 7, 8, and 9. That when you come on in on day 6, land an animal, remember the design? I will show you the design of the L, one of the wings, and, right, this is part of the land. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Into the star system, born under the, what do you want to call it? The context of the 2 moons. The left, these 2 moons here, right? See these 2 moons here? This one here, let's say it's the Earth moon, picking up these 2 moons. So what happens? 6 connects to 1, 6 connects to 2, creating 7 and 8. The dollar sign, and Mars being number 51, I'm going to have to show you something. I'm going to see, how can I turn this around so you can look closer to the screen? Flip camera. Just 1 second. Let me see if I can do this here. Yes, so get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, let me see if I can do this. So first what we're going to do, okay, is we mention that Mars is number 51. 5 and 1. Well, what if I took that 1 and put it here? Then I would get 9 and 6. Our creation, as I said, right here, was Earth. It's a 3 cubed, or 33. 3 times 3 equals to 9. 3 plus 3 equals to 6. We now have 9 and 6. We create the percentage sign, bringing the birth into the E world. 6 comes in with 7 and 8. 9 and 6:15, and in between the gateway to the heavens come in as they achieve to have two moons. I think it's Phobos and Deimos. I like to say the USB key, right? Or call me the bus. And it's got to be the yellow bus for the soul, right? Phobos and Deimos. And this, for me, which is two of them, so it's on this side, the single moon of Earth is like this. 89, this is our high birth. Alpha, beta, right? Alpha, beta. The reason I do 2 and 1, because the reverse of 8 and 9, let me look up, oh, here it is, the reverse of 8 and 9. 1 and 9, 2 and 8. The one spirit of the 9 birth, the one Luna to the 2 moons of Mars, right? 2 and 8, the cycle of our moon that brings in the sentence. The sentence is 25 years to life, right? That'll be a total of the 28-year cycle, the menstrual cycle. They say 25 years to life. Earth is number 25. It's the Venus life, to life. And they also say l'chaim, right? And then they go to life. Talking about Venus. They're talking about the 9 times 2 equals to the 18 plus 1 Venus. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But when you finish this, if you take a look how the 6 and 9 comes out, right? Just give me a minute. I just want to fix something up here so I have a few more hands for myself, if you don't mind. And I'm going to try to see. I'm a little bit all over the place, as I always am, because everything branches out, right? Everything just keeps branching out. Let's see if I can fix this. Let's see what I got here. Okay, it's not that book. It's this book here. Okay, let me go take a little bit more water. Yeah, I'm not really sure who's still here because I was wondering if well, where are you? Where are you? Actorus, Stellar, yeah, Mr. Stellar, how you doing? What do you think of the video? Are you still here? Okay, you know what I would really love? If we can get the humans, right? The light, right? If we can get if you want to come and ask me some questions, that would be just fantastic. It's really hard keeping up my energy without the intrusion. Sorry to say the intrusion, because when I get interrupted and I answer questions, it disrupts my line, my concentration. But at the same time, what happens is every time I have to take an extra breath, I also get an extra thought within my mind, change one thought for another, right? Let me just see. I'm trying to find something over here. Just give me a second. Wow, I got something that's just popped up here. I'm just trying to set something up. Wow, I don't know why I can't do this. Okay, here, I found it. I'm trying to find my live online. Something up. I'm trying to find my live online. Okay, be quiet, you. Okay, so let me see where I am here. Right? So we ended up 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Right? Now, if I want, I can just make that hat on the 6, right? But this is what happens next. Let me do this. I don't want to do that first. I want to do this. I want to show you by doing that, I end up with my hexagon. 3 lines. I get 3 lines, 3 directions is 6. I don't need 8. I only need 6. By connecting my 4th area, I will now get 8. I will have a hexagon with an octagon. October, the octagon is the 10th month. So now what I do is I'm going to go here. Did I get that out right? So now we can see we have one big hexagon, one big hive. We've got the two towers, we got the one tower above, we got the one tower below. Building 7 went down, the two of these went down, they knocked and they put this one up. If you can also see through the design, 8888, 8888, 888, 8888. These are the towers in those designs. That's number 33 equaling to 69. 69 equaling to what the percentage is. The percentage is in 5. 5 gets transferred over. When you crisscross and connect all the numbers together through 5, you end up with 20. Right? Let me see if I did this right. I think I'm upside down. You end up with 20. I think I was on the wrong side. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, here it is. So what happens over here? Why is I'm all backwards. How's this possible? Oh, no, okay, it's okay. Here we have 20. Let me see if I got this right. Here we have 20. It's 4 times 5 equals to the 20. The reverse of 5, E, is 22V. The reverse of T20, right? You ever hear NASA? T minus counting? T minus is sun. Me is 1001 or 999. The M letter in Roman numerals is 1000. The next one is I. It is worth 1. It's either 1001 or 999. If I wanted to look at this in binary code, I would be looking at 1 and 8. 8 and 1. The one spirit, okay, with the 8 heavens of Venus, the 420s. It's 420s connecting Venus. The French tell me it's 420. 420. Has anybody heard of 420? Right? Time, heaven, create. 47, 55, 420. 4 times 2, 8. 4 plus 2, 6 equals to 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. That is the E-world passage gate. Now, what does this have to do anything over here? Right? If you want to come live, anybody wants to come live or want to come on, want to chat, right? I'll invite you up here, no problem. Anybody want to come up and talk? No problem. I get some people from other channels that are coming up here, right? I don't know if it's they want me to join your channel, and I only want people who are interested to see what I have to offer, right? So this becomes 420. This becomes 8 and 6. Your 8 and 6 is back to your 4 and 3. This is 0.5 away from the heart. The heart is your brother. I like to call the heart your brother. The reason I call it your brother, THER is 51. B, R, and O, where B and R, for me, and this is only in theory, the sounding, not the sounding, but the understanding that this is 20 in itself. The O is 15 equals to a total of 35. 51 and 35 is 86. You have now connected to the divided gate. The divided gate, Earth and Mars into the E worlds. If I take this dice and I show you 6, you can see it right here. And we did this 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. When I flip it over, if this is truly the dividing gate, I have to see 8. And I will see 8. Not only will I see it on 6 and 8, but it calculated to it. It also told me it was 4 times 5 to equal to the 20. When you write out the word fox, it equals to 45. The thing is, it equals to 45 as 6 plus 15 plus 24, equaling to 45. F-O-X, fox, 6, 6, 6, in which one of them is the dividing gate, and it becomes your XO, and your XO, tic-tac-toe, is played in the house of the cat, the 9 lives of the cat, which is a split house between the dog and the cat, the spirit and the soul. Canine, where you call canine a dog, and the K letter is the 11th letter. And the boot of numbers is going to be 911. So now when we go back to understanding ET, reversing the ET becomes 5GTV, 42. T20, V for life of example, 42. This brings the male and the female. Both of these are the pyramidical gates. I'm going to show you those gates in a minute. Okay, it's not in this book. I'm looking in my other book. And every time I stop, oh yes, here it is. Right over here. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going down to the kitchen. I ran out of water. I have to get some water in the kitchen. How you doing, Raymond? I like that you like the like. Are you still around? I'm going to keep showing you this, or you know what? Just for a, yeah, I'm just going to just keep looking down at this. Somebody asked, why am I here? Why am I showing all this information? Do you think it's pertinent? You know what? It's not for me to think if it's pertinent, because I know the truth of what I do is the actuality of what you see. You cannot change this truth. If you believe in this, fine. Where am I going with this? Where do I believe it leads to? What have I seen? I've seen that it connects the zodiac, the planets, the timing of our planets, the days, the months, the years. I see it connects to the Mayan calendar. I see it connects directly, interlocking with the Mayans. I see it interlocking with Mars. I see what Pharaoh has done. I see why they said Pharaoh, why they said Egypt, why they said Moses, why they brought in the Ethiopian king. To where, why is it the land? Because it's the land within the animals, the and word, the ET word. The ET word is DNA, non-disclosure agreement on the arrival of your griff, on the arrival of your scratch. The signature or sage is monkey. The ET is how we came into this world through the moon. And I'm going to show you that through that 313 cycle. ET is DNA. When they said Neo Anderson is one red DNA. It is our one red DNA. Neo is one, okay? Neo is one. Anderson, non-disclosure agreement, DNA, ET. D-E-R-R-E-D. R-E is not a word, it is an add-on. When we play Scrabble, we cannot count it for a word. Therefore, it is an add-on and it needs to be understood. We come into the E-worlds okay, are coming into this E world. The letter R is the 18th letter, the one spirit into heaven. 3 times 6, 666, or 2 times 9. Any configuration to get to the 18 and to understand what 8 is. 8, 18. Mars is 2 cubed. 2 times 2 times 2 equals to that 8. It makes up the 8 corners of 3 colors of Rubik's Cube, which gets connected, okay, which gets connected to this over here. Now, let me see if I have that. Take a look. If you want to say L'chaim, well, here it is. There's your L'chaim. The war right now is all about that cube. That is controlling everything. And there's only one group of people, okay, on this planet that absolutely holds the understanding to this, and they're fighting with the other group that also understands the value of this. But for some reason, no one speaks about this. There are 18 cubes that surrounds the empty space in the center. 18 and 1 equals to 19, which connects 2 systems together. In fact, it's going to connect the 3 systems together. The 1 Luna moon and the 2 Demas moons, the 3 sides of this. It's only 3 sides to this. It's 3 reverse sides to this. It's only 6 to the center. It has 9 to a face, 12 on the outside for your birthday, 54 altogether, holding only 26 cubes. Every single cube has 54 areas. We're only counting 21. Let me come back to you with the mathematics. What about the Turks? I need a more direct question. I can tell you anytime you're going to mention Turkey, okay, Turkey is going to be 3 X's. Okay, when you go bowling, everything is connected. Every single thing in this world must be connected. I don't know how many moons there are. I work with the 3 basic moons, okay? According to the cube, if there are 7, okay, perhaps that's one of the reasons that the reverse of all of this, okay, is 7. The reverse of all of this is 7 and 11. 7, 11 equals to 95, which you're birthed into the E world. Multiplication, addition, subtraction. We also have to understand, did I mention this before? We also have to look at this. I'll be back in a minute. Ask me a question. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm taking a 2-minute break. So if anybody has to take a break for a 1 or a 2, and take out some of that the scroll paper. I'm coming back. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Just give me a minute. I'm coming back. I'm going to turn this camera around in 1 minute because it's hard for me to work that way. Okay, let me read these questions. And I'm going to get on to explain the rest of this page. Thank you, Judy. Much appreciated. So in this scenario over here, right, this is going to be the 3 cube. Okay? This is going to be the Earth 3 cube. This is going to be the Mars 2 cubed. This one is going to be 27. This one's going to be 8. 8 and 27 equals to 35. Okay, we now have the brother. The reason we have the brother, not only the brother, I'm using the brother in one of these instances, okay? And I use the brother in this instance because B2, R18 is 20, and O15, right? You can also say Rob equals to 35. Although there's 28 days in the cycle of the moon, it's hard to do all this at the same time, right? There's 28 days to the cycle of the moon times 1.25, right, equals to that 35. The 28 represents mother. Let me see, did I get that right? The 7 is going to represent father. THER in each of the words of what is brother, to what is mother, to what is father. Each of these are 51 by 3 equals to a total of 153. 51 for Mars, 35 is for the electric creation in the E world. ACE, the divided sun. The reason for that, S1, U3, N is 5, S-U-N. ACE, 135. 13.5 divides up the alphabet between 13 and 14. The 13 ball and the 5 ball in pool is orange, made up with red and yellow. Somebody remind me somewhere on the reason I am here and I'm sharing all of these live. The reason I am here sharing all of these lives is because the book I am writing, or the books I have been writing in, don't talk back to me. So if I don't share, nobody reminds me. If nobody reminds me, I might forget. If there's no interest to run along with me for the last 20 years as I've been taught and learning this and sharing what I am doing for the last 20 years. I'm being taught, learning, and sharing for 20 years because you remember what I forgot, and you can add on to see different for what I do not know at the moment. We all work together. I wish, and I'm putting it out there. I'm asking you if somebody knows how to put together a program with these equations so that everybody can use these equations so that we can all see that everything has been put together through a game, amateur and professional, whether it's Scrabble, whether you're throwing a pair of dice, deck of cards, whether you're playing Monopoly, whether you're at the pool table, whether you're in baseball or hockey or soccer or football, a boxing match. Why we have the 7th inning stretch. Why 3 strikes and 4 balls? I only mention because I already have answers for all of these. What happened when the African king walked up to Pharaoh and offered him all his beautiful carpets and jewels? What was he actually saying? Give me back, return to me. It's been 400 years of bondage, okay, into the mirror 10, 10, 10, right? It has been 400 years of bondage. I gave you the students. You taught them to build the cities, and then they called the king Setis. You taught them to Pharaoh the land, and the god became the Pharaoh, teaching them to Pharaoh the land, to make the bricks and the mortar. The students, until they had a speaker, Moses. But there was someone else involved. It wasn't only Moses. Was it Aaron? (47 plus 2). I like to talk about these a little bit different, right? This is an association between the suns and the moons over here. This is also a division, O and N, the 14th and 15th letter, 29. This is also the one spirit of 8, meaning this one over here is a number that will fit with the sun. It is the 18th letter. When you're using a circle that's 360 degrees, it will be that. That's also known to nullify things. It's also known as the equator. But null, it's going to also be known as that. 108. Could be 2 times 54, the sun, or 3 times 36, your creation. The reason I say 36 is your creation, because 1 and 2, 1 goes in between 2, it gets lost. It's in its translation, explains 2 different histories. It took both of these to create what is 3. But with 3 is 6 void. And they gave us the tools over here to find out, right? Oh, well, give me those blueprints. Where are those blueprints? Oh, I got them. They're right here. Yeah. The blueprints are right here for this, right? And at the same time, right, it's also noted to be as, let me write this down. If I can write it frontwards, backwards, I don't know where. I got no paper left, right? Let me just write this somewhere, right? We're going to write it this way. Rubik's Cube. An extension of that Rubik's Cube is here. It's right over here. That's the extension. I'm going to turn this camera around. It's bothering me a little bit, and I can't actually see what's going on. I'm sitting alone over here, so just wait 1 second. I have to set this myself up. My awkward self. Yes, my awkward self. I don't like, for some reason, there's no time to clean the house sometimes, you know, when you're in action and the mind is moving. And get rid of this. The brother, 35, 28-day cycle to the moon, 3 cycles for 84. 84 finishes the cycle of Earth and Mars association. 28, 28, 28. The reason for that is one of the cycles of Mars is going to run 6 times 28. The Earth cycle runs 7 by 24. The cubic cycle of Earth and Mars runs 3 times 28. The second one runs 4 times 21. So I'm not sure. So I'm going to finish with the brother, the mother, and the father over here. Because even though I might tell you a story that the story is still incomplete. I mean, there's a lot to go before we tie it all together. Right now, it's a bunch of pieces and parts that absolutely make concrete 100% sense to me. Let me see who's here. It says 70 messages. So let me see. No, if somebody wants me to co-host, you got to come to my channel. You got to co-host on my channel or something. I don't know how that works. Guess. Let me see. Guess. Let me see what it is here. Guess. It says that there's 2 viewers here right now, Raymond and Judy. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, you said something about, I lost my page. Let me see where it was. The Northwest Territories. Believe it or not, that somewhere in the Northwest Territories, Northern Telecommunications, the word 10 is an association, okay? So there's some kind of formation over there because of the 2 letters, T and N, coming together, 14 and 20, 34, 3 and 4 is 7, so I know there's a gate. I know that with this, you made an association also to 55, which is a sky pass, okay? And also another addition to this is you have gold, you have 33, you have the sun fitting in here, okay, and the moon. The sun fits in at 0, at O and R, okay, 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is the O is in the 6th position in the beta house, okay? The R is the 9, it's your 6-9 rotation, right? 15, yes, your 6 and 9 rotation equaling to 33. The 28 days to the cycle of the moon, right? Everything runs through T and H. T and H. It's the 4 worlds of Venus, the heavens of Mars, the 4 worlds of Venus. It's the E-world connect that you must connect through the 5th position. The 5th position numbers itself to number 74. Number 74 reflects these words: Beast 47, which is the reverse of Messiah, which is the reverse of Muhammad, which is the reverse of Jesus. The beast 47 is the same numeric value for time. Energy is also number 74. Energy is also number 74. In order to get mathematically to the numbers 7 and 4, you have to do this. 5 times 7 equals 35. 5 plus 7 equals 12. 12 plus 35 equals 47. 57 reduces to 47, reduces to 39. 57 to 47 to 39. And after 39, it becomes 27 and 12. And now you have to make a complete split. You have to branch it out. The reason for that is after 39, right, it becomes 39 again. Everything star math with 9 in it will always come back to be itself. This one will be 35 and 12. This is amazing. 35 and 12. Isn't it amazing? 35 and 12. Look at the 27. Okay, 35 and 12. Now we go over here. 4 by 7, 28. 4 plus 7, 11. 28 and 11, 39. 3 by 9, 27. 3 plus 9, 12. This is going to fit on the moon, male into female, the gateway into the E-world, 5G. This one, the 4 and 5 come together. They're talking about the sun. The 4 and 7 is the beast, time, and the bull. If you're going to bring time and the bull inside, the question is it the center of the clock that's turning, or is it the circumference? If it's the circumference, it's on the outside, okay? And it's going to be Venus Beta 8, or known as 44. 4 odd and 4 even outside of number 1 that's in the center in the 5 position, in the E position, right? So I'm just trying to see where I was with this. Oh, God, I can't keep up, and sometimes I'm ahead of the game. We spoke earlier on about the menstrual cycle, and what happens is we break away from the moon in nearing and into the 40th year. Once we pass 44, right, we've gone on to the other side of 7. We've now gone into a different kind of area. I don't know what it is completely, but things break down. Instead of being in quarters, they're now in thirds. It's like we're into an alternative cycle. When I say that, it's because when you have 33 on the dice, right, when you have 33 on the dice, that's your 9 and 6. So I assume by the age of 33, there starts to be a change. This is where you have a point of change between your birth, okay, and your human coming to life on day 6, connecting to the 2 moons. When you revert to this side, there are no moons in the center. Here there are, here there are not. This turns everything into 1/3. The 8 hours a night heaven and the 16 hours a day, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, right, is going to equal to 16, and 8 equals to 24 for the 24 hours a day that divides a gate. We also did the reverse of this. What was 33 equal to 9 and 6 equals to 15. They will create the letters O and X as an ox. O and X as an ox, right? 39, they will total 39, and totaling the 39, right, is going to equal to the word angel. It's going to be the base of your 9 lives of creation from the cat, meaning equaling to communication. So now if I set myself amongst the deck of cards and I count 13 cards, why 13? It equals to 91. 91 equals to spirit. The 91st day of the year, okay, is April 1st. But in a leap year, it becomes the 92nd day of the year when February 29th is added on, making September 29th the 273rd day a year. 273 divided by 3 is 91. Did you get that all? I'm going to have to repeat it. I say things. Somebody here has to remember. I'll come back and do it again. Let me breathe. I have to get back to the Northwest Territories. You know what's funny? I just saw a word, and the word is swing. You know, batter, 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 swing, right? So if you want him to swing, it's because you want him to get a strike. But in bowling, it would be 10 knocked down, and then you got to do it 2 more times. You get 2 more chances after a strike. 3 strikes are a turkey. I always thought as turkey as a turnkey. I also look at turkey as that where Syria is, okay, just a bit above that other place, right? There's a sliver. I think it's Syria, and it goes right through. It's like there's something in the throat, like the Adam's apple of some sort. Because somebody mentioned over Turks, and I'm not talking about now. So you only went to Turks, so you didn't say Turkey, right? So I have to, Judy, I have to figure out what you're really trying to go there with that. But I also see turtle at the beginning. I see R and U. I see T. So that's another sort of gateway, a split gateway, a quarter gateway. Quarter gateways represent who we are, the deer, the reindeer, 25 cents. 25, the numeric value for Jack, which is a plug-in. The earth to a single digit is also 25. What 2 and 5 do is they play a role of getting bigger and smaller. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. Sorry, let me do this again. 2 and 5, right? Okay, so let's pick the number 4. 2 times 4 equals to 8. 5 times 8. Sorry, did I? No, let me do that rest. 5 times 8 equals to 4. 2 times 4 equals to 8. Where is it? 2 times 4 equals to 8. So the number I'm using here is 4. I'm not 2 and 5 are my basics, right? So I continue. I go 2 times 4 equals to 8. 8 times 5, back to 4 again. So if I went 5 times 4 equals to 2 times 2 equals to 4. So you see how 5 and 2 is the numeric value, and the heart of 2 and 5, okay, is 3.5, which makes it 1.5, or a Mars away from this. What is this? 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5, brother. 5 minus 1.5 is 3.5, brother. The heart of this cube is 3.5 regardless to the side that it's on. Okay, so the word key, it's funny you said this because it's been freaking happening to me 5 times already. 3 times today, you're the 4th one. And it's not the word key. The number to that is 511. When I go onto the highway where I am, and we all have a personal connection, right, to the Creator, and that's our IP, right? Our IP is our personal connection because it's our birth connection. And I think it's something to do with emergencies on the highway. Second time I saw it today was at the bank. And everybody's going to remember the last one, right? Right? 511 is also 5 and 2. 511, on November 5th, there was an election that rocked the world. Because on the news station, everybody knows news, N-E-W-S, right? N14.5, E5, W23, 2 and 3, 5, and the S looks like a 5 from the news station. 5 times 5 times 5 equals 1.25. 1.25 times the 28 days cycle, the 28 days of the moon equals 3.5, equals to the heart of this. One of the reasons why pi exists is because as we move, it moves out and in. The passageway in between here is like an auger. It spins the same between one side and the other side. Although we see 4 on the dice, we could have as well put 3 on this side. But for reading reasons and knowing the difference, it has to be done for, this is done for us. Although everything is man-made, okay, who made man? How did they make us? What did they make us to do? How did they make us to understand? How did we learn to be who we are? If we came from something greater, let's call this thing the Creator, Person, place, or thing, right? Right? What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing it is. Person, place, or thing. Something without a name, but thing. T-H-I-N-G. I-N-G is some funny letters because we have the letter S that connects things together with sing. The doorbell rings. Ring. You hear the ding. The ring, put the ring on. The one spirit in the eighth heaven connecting Luna from the birth. Demas and Phobos are connected to that. And everything I say, eventually you'll see that I will back it up with numbers or a design somewhere. Let me just see this. This froze here. Yeah, I'm going to read as I go, and I'm going to add on and continue from where I left off. I wrote everything down pretty much. April 1st is a communication, part of communication for the home king. The word home is 41. The word king is 41. When connected to the queen, 62, it makes 103. Mercury, JC, Jesus Christ, 10 and 3, the creation of the mirror worlds. The 9 lives of the cat, your basic creation, your alpha beta creation. The reason it is those numbers and communication, you also see that communication when you use the communication, when you use the code that connects the two worlds together, the spirit to the birth world. 19, channel 19, CB codes, before the Christ, after the death. CB codes, Citizen Band Radio, 10-4. 10-4. DJ. The DJ's in the house, and we're rapping, playing for par 3. Our 3 basic creation, our communication into the mirror world. The thing that we need the most, the reason for the cat always landing on its feet, because it brings the communication into the doghouse. 9/11. K9. K is 11. They put it at 9. 9 by 11, 99. 9 plus 11, 20 and 99. 119, 9/11. Bringing two worlds together. I'm going to see if I have it written already. I'd rather show you so you can stare at it instead of me calling it out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On one side, we take 1 and 8. On one side, we use 2 and 7. On one side, I use 4 and 5. That side. When I do that, I will not talk about the 9, and it will create... When I go to connect the 3 and 6, I now go over to the other side. And when I create the 3 and 6, this is wrong. Hold on a second. When I create, because it goes both ways, this design, okay? So in this one, it goes this way. Then on this side over here, 2 and 9, 11. 3 and 8, 11, 5 and 6, 11. And then over to the other side, you get 7 and 4, 11. You get this design here connecting 9s with a belt, probably the sun belt. And then you get the 11 over here. When you do this, you got I up and I down. You have here, what you see is 11 in Roman numerals. Here's what you see in 9 in Roman numerals. When you see the 9, you will not see the 1. When you count in the 11, you shape a 9. When you count in the 9, you shape 11. 9 lives in the 11th house. With 9, that's never used in the first house. The first house stops at 8 in the heavens. 3 and 4 equals to 7, and the same numeric value opposite in the shoe is 7 and 6 equals to 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. Mars 6, Earth 7, Saturn and Uranus within Earth. And the reason for that is Earth is numeric value 52, and Mars, right, is 51. In fact, area 51. Area 51 equals to 76. The spirit of 76 is possibly for Area 51. 51, right? And number 25, the word area is 25, equals to 7 and 6. There's going to be more to this. It also is going to talk about that when you see that Area 51, what was the other numbers? Yes, 125. We use the 1.25 times 28 to equal to the 35, which is the brother. There is 1.25 days at the end of the 13th moon. One of the funny things about 125 is it's 5 by 5 by 5 is 1.25. And no matter what I do with 5 is 625. Times 5 is 125. Times 5 is 625. Times 5 is 125. Times 5 is 625. That's all it does. So it's a complete rotation all the time. This number 625 is 13. Okay. The upper level is 13, and the lower level in this case would be 8, 5, 2, and 1. 5 and 1 is Mars. 5 and 2 is Earth. 5 and 1 and 5 and 2 equals 103 again, back to Jesus Christ, back to 10, your creation in 10, creation in the star system at 10, which is divided between 9/11 in that star. When it gets divided like that, we go from what I believe possibly is the life on Earth moving over to the life on Mars, or vice versa. I think the communication center comes from Earth, in which your earphones, okay, are from Mars, and the speaker is from the Luna Earth. So this would look like this. Let me write this down. Yeah, just give me a second. She likes to do that. What happened to my color? Hold on a second. Mercury, Venus, Luna, Earth, Mars, Phobos, Deimos. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 1. Okay, so just let me put this down here. And you know, there's between the word 6 and sex, the only difference is the I, okay, is born into the E world. And that's the difference between 6 and sex. We come into this world. 9 and 5 equals to 14. Again, back to communication, 14. So let me check out these, what has been written here. Let me take a little bit of my hot water. So baseball has 9 innings in it, right? Whoa. Hold on. Let me go back, and I want to go back to the baseball. We're going to get back to April 1st, the 91st day of the year. The 91st day of the year, right? It's 84 plus 7 days into that year. It's the pole. It reaches the pole. Your 84-day cycle of 3 by 28 or 4 by 21 equaling to 84 plus 7 equals to the 91st day of the year. It's the first day, it's the 91st day. When you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91 for one of the suits in the deck of cards, for one of the reasons, okay, of 13 existing, that when you add up one all the way to 13, right, you end up with 14. When you add them up, it equals to 91. When you add up to 12, right, you equal to 78. That'll be one of your connecting gates. And you'd have to look at this design, the wings. I keep putting on wings, but this is only a quarter house. I'll have to explain that if I can get to that. That comes from the game of Monopoly. The 31st area in Monopoly, okay? The 31st area in Monopoly, I got a lot of stuff here. I can't even see my face. The 31st place in Monopoly is go to jail, right? But it's 30 from go, and there's 4 months of 30 days in the calendar. There's 7 months of 31 days, 7, 4, and 1. How we run around. This is how we work. 7, 4, and 1. No, I lost my place. Yes, the 41st place in Monopoly, right? I just lost how I can find all my messages. I have to go back in my messages and start over. The 41st place in Monopoly is, you could look at it as the 400 years because you land up on go. Go is 1, 41, 81, and 121. 121 is 1111. Go to jail is 31, 71, okay? 31, 71, 111. 111 is the heart, okay, of 36. 36 numbers, you need 36 inches to get 1 yard. You need 10 yards or 360 inches to make the first down, which is 4 times for the NFL and 3 times for the CFL, because in the CFL we have the communication. We have 110 yards, 55 at the center zone. So we have the center zone of communication for Sky Pass, right? We've got the 3-point field goals up by the line is when they're in the back, and you only have 10 yards in the NFL, where you score 3 points for the field goal. The F and G, 6 and 7, 13 for Earth and Mars, hitting between the Luna, the ball. Luna gets knocked in between the pipes, and that pipe is going to be the connection to Phobos and Deimos. Now let me know in the comment center, then I have to get to the comments eventually, that what does it say to you? Think in your mind, the garbage can, a big yellow bird, think of the streets of my soul. I'm going to go through these comments over here and remind me, because when you think of the streets of my soul, it's Sesame Street. When you say it in French, it says rue, which means street of my soul. Rue de Sésame. Rue de Sésame. That's what it means. It means the street of my soul. Am in French is A-M-E. Speaking of the E world, speaking of female, when they add an E on the end in the French language, it means female. Without the E, it must mean something else. It could be the opposite. It could be the male. You know, sometimes opposites are just by removing certain letters. So that when you do that, you wake up in the morning, it's the A.M., but the A.M. starts in the dark. The P.M. starts at lunchtime, at noon time for the P.M., and it is light outside when PM begins. But you're already through part of your day in the AM, because the AM starts in the dark and the PM ends in the dark. So let me see. Okay, so you're interested. I played baseball. Okay, so yes, so let me get to baseball first. I'll see if I can remember everything I said. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not going to forget that. I've been doing this for 20 years, by the way. But 20 years ago, hold on, swipe left to close. Hold on. Yeah, 20 years ago, all I knew is something was wrong, because I had a vision, and it scared the beheepers out of me, right? In fact, I just kept saying, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. And then somebody says, you want to play a game? I says, what do you mean? I just told you I'm not feeling good, I'm dying. He says, well, here's your die. A single cube is a die. Now, the thing is, it's not only a cube. Can you call it a cube? You're going to call it a die cube? Or how about a cube? How about a sugar cube? Or how about a dice cube? Or how about an ice cube? Your birth is created in the E world, ice, on ice, from the blue world, for some reason, or in or through the blue world. It keeps telling me about boy. It keeps telling me about boy, but yet we come here, or we're being filtered through the two girls, the earmuffs over our ears. Right? And I use the feminine and the masculine only for 1 and 2. That's the way I have to say it, just meaning it's different. If I say other words, you wouldn't know that it's different. If I said up and down, you would actually think it's up and down. But it's just two components that fit together. And it fits together if you're a plumber or if you're an electrician, okay, you can understand it in this. If you use tools, if you're a builder, and it just so happens that Moses and Jesus and Noah, they were all builders. They were all builders. So when I think, I have to think like a builder, an electrician, like an architect. I don't know any of these things, but thank God for the internet. I can go study anybody with a diploma and understand that if you're an amateur, you're coming in with soul. You have to come with soul. Even in the word pro, right? Pro or am. The word soul is the beginning of the word am, etzer. Right? Do you understand that? So if we're getting back to baseball, it's 9 innings. After the game is over for each team, or beginning the rules and regulations, okay, for both teams, there's 2 teams. When the 9 innings are over, each team played 9 innings. That equals to 18. The offense played 9. The defense played 9. That's 18. For both teams, that's 36. We completed a round. It's funny the way we have to go around the bases that are set up in a more or less a square, are they not? And each base is a square. And every time you throw a ball, it can be turned into a strike. Imagine that. Strike 1. It's like, hey man, I threw a ball. But you put it in the box. When you put a ball into a certain area and it goes into that area, it's a strike. So you can change this ball by going through a certain area to make it a strike. So instead of it being valued at 15, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, okay, equals 9 and 6, 15, it now gets a value of 24. The 24th letter in the alphabet is X for the strike. Now in bowling, okay, right, you need 3 of them, right? Each one is 10, but you can get 3 in a row. So now you can get 30. One of the wings is 30. There's 4 months of 30 days. Now, if it's a ball, do they mark a circle or do they put a B? So if they put a B, why would they say a B? Why would they talk about B? Why would they talk about 2? I would say it's a ball, it would be round. Then we would have the X and the O. The X and the O are the 15th and the 24th letter. It says ox. It's the second zodiac Chinese sign, and sometimes it could be referred to as looking at the Taurus. Also the second zodiac sign in the Western astrology. Why call it the Western astrology? I'm not too up to date with the planets, but once you understand how the numbers move around, all you have to do is move the constellations over the skeleton. I need to put the form of all your constellations over the skeleton of the numbers, or the numbers underneath the constellations, the zodiac, everything that we know. And then we're going to see the truth that it's telling stories. All these stories I tell will connect the universe. The universe anyways, just that, I just want to use that as a basic word because that's what I see so far. The 2,160 miles or diameters of the moon, which is 1.5 times the numeric value of Mars, times the number of minutes in a day, 1,440, equals to 2,160. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. 6 times 6 times 6 plus 666 equals 234. 432 is the Earth vibration that resides inside Area 51. 5 and 1 become the bookends. And inside the bookends are 432. 432 or 4,320 are 3 days of 1,440 minutes to equal to 4,320. 3 is the communication, and to connect the communication, you have to put it to its base. When you put it to its base, you add another 1,440. It equals to 5,760, or the total of 6, 7, and 8. 5, 6, and 7 equals to 18, or 666. The E-world gateway of the heavens, the queen and the king, where the jack hooks up, okay, into the E-world. The jack, the 6 eyes to the 5 eyes, hooking up to the queen and the king, the 7 and the 8. Oh, sorry, we only hooked up to the 7 here. The E-world hooks up between Earth and Mars, or Uranus and Saturn. Where was I with this? Hold on. Yes. So when you get to the 4th calculation, 4 times 1440 equals 5760. Half of that is 288. Half of that is 144. Half of that is 72, 36, 18, 9. So we see our birth comes into this, right? That 9 birth. Is it a 189, 279, 369, 459? Or is it a 999? Do you know what this is? The Hebrew calendar. On the Hebrew calendar, this is the year 2000. This is the year of the reset. In the year 2000, this is when everything flipped over. We're only going through the motions of time of creation. I have to see where I wrote earlier on. I wrote a whole bunch of numbers, right? You know the fish bones? I'll show you that after if I can remember. I just have to find where I was from an earlier page. And I should just stop for a second. I should just stop and breathe. Yeah, it's over here. I'll show you this. Before I mentioned, okay, and for those who are still here, and I talked about the father and the brother, right? And the mother, I'll get to that too after this. 6 times 28 is 168. 7 times 24 is 168. What is 168? 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 168. There's 168 hours in the week. It's split up where the day is 16 hours and the night is 8 hours. The king in the deck of cards has 7 eyes, Uranus connected to Earth, the communication. To where the 8 over here, the 8, the queen has 8 eyes, connected to Venus through the moon cycle. 7 and 8, here is where 2 comes in, 7 and 2, 8 and 1. In Venus is the 7th gate. Everything that rotates over the queen over here, 8 around 1. This is the 24-hour day, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, is where the 2 ends of the communication come in. In Gematria, 6 and 6 are over here. In French, you don't say 80. You say 4 times 20. It's communication, 420 THC, bridging the hemispheres. So, so we had that, right? And then we went down to this bottom part because I wanted to show you something, right? What this does. This over here brings you into the E world. When you reduce this reduces to 26, then it reduces to 20, and then it stops at 2. This one over here goes up to 14, goes up to 54, goes all the way down to 29. Then it becomes 18 and 11. This one over here is the same as that one. This one over here also does the same thing. It goes to number 29. Multiplication, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 6 and 5. 6 and 5 is 11. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 and 11 is 41. Brings you into your communication. Then from 1 and 4, right, or 41, which is the same thing over here. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. So I'm going to have to show you that. I know I'm talking quick. I'm going to stop right there. I want to show you the father and the mother. I'm going to show you the father and the mother. Whoop. I don't know. There's something that popped up on my screen. I don't know why. Oh, my cat's got her foot on my screen, and I don't know what she did. Okay. I'm going to come and read more comments in a second. But here's what happens. Come on. Because these three are all the same, right? I'm going to put them here on a pedestal, all number 51, right? What we have left over is FA, 6 and 1, 7. We have MO, the 13th and the 15th letter, 28. And we have B2, R18, O15, 33, and 2, 35. 35 is the heart of the cube. When you add them together, you get 8 and 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 86, the house planet. The heavens split within your mind. They split that through the moons of Phobos and Deimos. Phobos and phobias. Phobos and phobias. Demons, Deimos. Deimos, phobias. USB. We get the 28, the cycle of the moon. To here we have the gateway within our birth. 9 goes into the gateway between 6 and 8. 9 inverts to the light of 6 at the 7th gate. 5 and 8 is 13. Passage through the moon. Here is the world, okay, where we brought the world into a mirror. Number 1, I just want to tell you something about number 1. Number 1 is going to create the Purina pattern. You know what the Purina pattern is? It's going to create the dark and the light and the dark and the light, like the chessboard. This one is going to be male. This one's going to be female at this point. This is where your ET, DNA, 5G come in, right here, between the mother and the brother. It takes 1.25 in order to get here, and 4 times 5.25, if I think that, is that right? 5.25, 7 times 5. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Just 7 times 5 is 3, is this. 1.25 times this is this. 4 times this goes to here. So now I'm just thinking that 1.25 times 4 equals to 5. 1.25, okay? That 1.25 is located right over here. And show you it in another area. It's located here. If I ask you to show me the dimensions of a board, you measure to the 4 corners. Here's my 4 corners. You measure to the 4 corners, you now can find the center. You measure up the board. 1.25 times 4. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Equals to this number over here, 5. If there were 8 of them, 8 times 1.25 equals to 10 here. How do I do that? Why do I say that? The crisscrossing of this cube is all 10s. 7 and 3, 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 2 and 8. If I add up, 1 plus 2 is 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36, 45. So now we have 45 divided by 9 equals to 5. So the average of every single area space is now 5. Did you know that 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and the 1 month of Valentine falls on the 45th day of the year, on the 14th day The ring around this cube is 14. The house of Kaaba is not for nothing. The black rock is not for nothing. If it's there, notice it. It's part of the game because it's what controls everything in the game. It's telling all the stories. Is somebody receiving these stories before us? Is it backing the stories up so much you can blow your top? That the moon should be so bright in the sky, that the moon, okay, should be so bright in the sky that the wolf should howl at the moon and chase the lamb. The wolf is 56. The lamb is 28. There's one moon, our moon. We are the lamb of the 28th cycle. The wolf, which are the two moons of Mars, although they don't run the same cycle, for me they do, because I can only follow it in my world that I live, and I call them the 28-day moon. Two of them is 56. I leave it with the wolf. The total of this is 84. 84 is our birth planet. It's 3 by 28 equals to 84, which is 4 by 21 equals to 84. We have a game of blackjack, right? There's 21 dots on this cube. Blackjack pays off 3-2 and 1.5 times the wager. The pig. The pig is number 32. Mars is number 1551 because of the quarter of time of 60 seconds that we run on the clock of the 90, seconds that I believe it should be in the virtue of our creation, A, B, C, D. It is A, B, C, D. It is A, B, C. It is A, B, D. It is A, C, D. It is B, C, D. It is 10, 6, 7, hold on, let me see if I got this right. 8, 9. Our birth. We come into communication over here. Our birth is over here. We reach the moons of Mars, the moon of Earth, and we live the crisscrossing life over here. Here's our basic setup. Here is the way it's broken down. Here is one wing. When I show you the second wing, that second wing will total to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bottom part 10, top part 30. Let's play tennis, 30, 10, and then game for the connecting of the E-worlds. This is what Mars looks like. This is one of the flags of Mars. The controlling flag of Mars is right here. And there's 2 N's inside. Talking about moons, 28. Mars is number 51, The reverse of Mars in the alphabet. The reverse of Mars in the alphabet is 57, male and female. They total 108. That begins your communication. When you reverse it, it says Heinz. H, I, down here is N, and then Z. H-I-N-Z to create, and this is what it shows up over here. So I'm going to get to those questions. I know I have a bunch. I'm going to show you the A, B, C, D, back to the father and the mother, and that the thing about the father and the mother is they're all divisible by 7. For the first one is 1 times 7, then 4 times 7, and then 5 times 7. I think I did that right. No, I didn't. Yeah, and the total of them all is 70. If you only total the mother and the brother that I spoke go together and not the father, because the father is the pole of the passage, right? Father is the pole of the passage, and what is directly in the passage is the brother, because nothing goes at the 3.5. It's on this side of it and this side of it, and on each side of it, it seems to work out the 3.14159265 by virtue of the Fibonacci code, because it shows me how it moves around as it's coming down, as it's spiraling down. In order to move in an area space I'm going to show you different ways that you move in a single area space by obligation of construction, not by my choice. Everybody can do this. It can absolutely be marked out. This whole entire thing that I do can actually be written out and doesn't even have to be explained other than some instructions on how to understand certain aspects of this reality, for the reason that everything I say is found already somewhere. I found it in order to repeat it. I didn't do any mathematical zombie equations to figure any of this out. I was told it was a star system. I was told not to stop. I was told just continue on. Just keep doing it. Just keep it. They're all pieces and parts. The skeleton. We live in the skeleton. Harley Davidson is more than what you think, only for a little piece. It's burnt orange because passing through the sun, it changed colors. That's what happened to it. HD is from the zone or the house we are, Pluto. The vibration that is going to be felt last is all the way to Pluto. It's cold out there. We need to keep the system going, and that system works in the cold, the Kuiper belt. The numeric value for Pluto is 84. Pluto. Perfect. Fits into the E world. Where does Earth fit? EARTH. Perfect. Where does Mars fit? MARS. Perfect. Okay? Because 4, right, doesn't play as itself. Remember, it'll be 4 and 1, and then it'll be 4 and 2. Every number gets to play with the moons, right? It might not be their moons. It might not be my moons, but they get to play with the 1 and the 2 moons, because it starts off as these two for your base creation here. Then we can just probably go 3 with 1, then 3 with 2. Then 4 with 1 and 4 with 2. Then 5 with 1 and then 5 with 2. 6 with 1 and 6 with 2. And do the same thing, and then we'll add on the 3 last. This is the communication base over here. Just give me a second to stretch. I'm shoving this down your throat, and I don't want to do that. Let me go back here. We are the mix of the earth-generated operating systems and conscious soul self. If anybody wants to come on, just let me know. Let me read that. I'm reading Phoenix up over here, pretty much back. I don't even know if I can press that. No, I can't. I can't do anything to say that I'm reading your... Okay. The vowel being the only thing different, being the reflection of the scales of the music. I still have to understand that I haven't done everything yet. What I can tell you about the vowels is that your first 3, A, E, and I, where A and E is the lower part to where E and I is the upper part. What happens is the O runs into the lower part and the vibration runs with O. O15, 1 and 5 equals to 6, to where U, okay, as the 21st letter, is the other end of creation where A and B both come together. Like first, 21st is last. We go first, we go second, we go third. Then once we get the third, right, let me write this down, right? First, second, third, fourth. We also get the gold, the silver, the bronze, the bronze soul, the bronze soul. The soul is number 67. Water is number 67. Earth and Mars coming together through Uranus and Saturn. Uranus and Saturn both hold the sun, and one holds the dark sun. The rat is in the sewer where it's dark, and it is held because it is broken up within the word of Saturn. Saturn is number 93. The reverse of that is angel. Number 6 and 7 were Earth. Number 52, 7 were Mars. Number 51, 6. V1 Roman numeral and V11 for Earth Roman numeral, not using L50. L and L in Roman numeral 50 is where the two shoes come in to connect 1, 2, 3, 4 with 6, 7, 8, 9 through the E world, to where the birth comes into the E world. The spirit comes in through the E world. And when you design it, it looks like it goes like whoosh, right through like that. Bronze is number 80. The constellation of Andromeda, where Pegasus is, okay, is NGC 7286. It's known to be the square constellation. Pegasus is 88. It is purple, it is warm, it is connected to red and blue. The red and blue is connected to hot and cold. Hot and cold is 34 and 43, connecting Mars and Earth, creating 77, which is a numeric number for power, 77. And when you connect the hot and the cold, it depends on the temperature and time of the year. It might turn to ice, or you might have thunder and lightning. When you have the thunder and lightning, that when you connect and understand the thunder and lightning, your star system comes into your birth in the 10th month, and you are born. And when you're born in that star, under the 6th star, the star of 6, the star of Bethlehem, I think that's the 6th star. And you're a moon birth. Moon is 57, birth is 57, unlike a sun birth. And I say it's the power because the word power is 77. The word Christ is 77. The word matter is 77. The word birth is 57. B-I-R-T-H. I and R, okay, is 9 and 9. It's a creation. It's like the creation. It's your communication creation. It's your mirror creation. It's joining 6 numbers and 6 numbers. The shoe, these 6, these 6, these 6, and all the 6 numbers together. It doesn't matter which way. Apparently, I don't remember how many they said there were. But we are that birth. TH comes and shows up. When you get to 10, ABC is 6. When you add D, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We flip the coin over. So we don't flip the coin over. We have ABC 10 to connect with. We have our star to connect with. You can see the connecting star. 7 and 3, 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 8 and 2 equals to 20. We pass through the 5 4 times equals to 60 for the 60-second ABC, 60 seconds on the clock. Now we go ABD 7. We're using the 1 moon Luna plus your 6th birth. Your ACD comes together for the heavens, for the where the queen, the jack, the queen, the jack, the king, and the queen. And then your birth comes out in 432. 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals to 9. When you multiply it, and we become a 9-6 birth. The sun is number 54 for 9. We end up to be a 6th birth. The multiplication of this one. The multiplication of this one is 12 and 8. So what creates this all is the 7. And then after that, you have the 7, the 3, the 6, the 2, and the 6. So where do we see the 6? We see it in ABD and BCD. But if you look at the two sides, before we include the moons, we have the BCD and the ABC. Our rotation of 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, which is the rotation of the sun birth, the sun cube. Over here. I mentioned before, okay, that Mars, I think Mars was a 2 cube equals to 8. Earth is a 3 cube equaling to 27. 27 and 8 equals to 35, equals to the rotation of the brother. Yo, 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 not for nothing the yo-yo, because it's bringing together the numerics of 1, 2, and 5, and the 15th letter is O, and the 25th letter is Y. Three cubed, 27, 2 cubed, 8. Did I get that right? 27, 2 cubed is 8. 8 and 27 is 35, the heart of the cube. The 25th letter is Y. The 15th letter is O. Yo. In the game of craps, they're always saying yo, Alev. So let me get back to that question. I'm really sorry to jump out of that. So the vowel being the only thing different. The thing with the vowel A, E, I, O, and U, A, E, I, O, and U, 1, 5, 9, 15, and 21. They total 150. The vowels equal to 51. Imagine the entire alphabet added 1 to 26 equals 351. The vowels equal to 51. The lower part of the creation of this calculator is between 1 and 5. The upper part is between 5 and 9. So you go A, E, and I for the split. Then you go O, and the O brings you into the 15th letter, brings you over here. And then the U, okay, brings me over here. This is supposed to be your creation. It also, OU, says also location. Now I have to do some mathematics. Now the vowels equate to the numeric value of Mars, okay? Las Vegas, Seattle Kraken, highway and interstate, low bridges, Washington Tunnel, Washington, Lincoln, electric, orphan, matrix. Okay, so now let me get to the questions. I was just preparing something for a little bit further on. I'm going to get more water in the kitchen. Let me breathe. I don't even know how long I've been here. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I have to be here till the end. Until the end. What does it mean, the end of time, right? Times are changing. Times are changing. Times are changing. If it is real what I am doing, it is the greatest thing that it's just the greatest thing in my life, ever. Many, 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 many years ago, before I never, ever, ever voted because I knew something was wrong. And everybody had a personal connection with the good Lord. I got a good connection with the good Lord. I'm saying, how does everybody goes to church and we're going to praise the gospel. We're going to praise the gospel. All right. Couldn't figure out how everybody had a connection. Anyways, whatever happened over the time, I'll tell you one day. Okay. It was pretty easy when the computers came out. I mean, if they can connect to all of us, why can't the good Lord connect to it itself? And let me tell you something about 3 and 4. Okay? 3 and 4. Very, very, very special. Very special. Do you know, have you ever taken something and opened it up? That one side looked like the other side, right? You know, if you get something in a triangle, 2 triangles inside of each other, 2 corners, you have 2 corners inside. When you take them out and turn them around, you might get this. Or perhaps, because we don't understand, it's not that we don't understand, because we don't have the vision for it, right? We don't have the vision for it. I'm just trying to see if I can, just let me do this over here. This thing's getting pretty old. That we have a box here. We have a box here. Just so happens it's 15. How much sugar? 160. 4 times 30 plus 40 is 160, part of the star system. When we fold this up, we now have, when we open it this way, we have the two sides of the moon. We have an H-beam. We can sit it up this way. We have a hexagon 6 on one side, a hexagon 6 on the other side, and then we have this rectangular area. Maybe we'll begin to put bricks up on the wall with this. I'm not sure if I can fold this in or not, but you can see what this does, right? We went from an 8 to a 6, the 6 to an 8. So I'm going to get a little bit of water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get back to that. We didn't finish with the baseball yet. I want to get back to the, I got to get back and answer everybody. 7 moons, really interesting. When I dream, I see the grid lines in the sky. They're electric blue. Electric blue, 75 and 40, 115, 25, 115, eh? 115. I'm seeing that all day. 511. 115 is the 75th minute. It means electric. Or one of the meanings is electric. And the number 5775 brings the lower part of the electric into this world, to the gateway by 2 systems, 5775. The 91st day of the year, April 1st, becomes the 92nd day of the year. It's known as the fish day. It becomes what is the 4 times 728 times 3. So it becomes, I think, 21. I think it's 21 times 7. No. It'd be, 13. 13. It completes 1 suit in the deck of cards. 91 is the same numeric value for spirit. 91 brings 2 systems together, the 9/11 system, right? Brings the star system together. What happens, also they call it the fish day, right? I always think that fish is the sperm. Sperm is number 71 plus 20 equals to 91. The reverse of 17, okay? The reverse of what did I say? 71 is 17. 17 connects, okay, to where we get the 4th part, mirroring the first 3 parts. You get the 10. So everything that happens, when you hit the 92nd day, it clicks in my mind that September, the 9th month, where Sept equals 7, and September in the 9th month, 7 and 9, birth comes to the gateway. And on the 273rd day, right, okay, in the 39th week, angel is 39, communication, okay, comes, communication, we're going to use for 3, okay, and 9 is for your birth, it's your 12, it's your alpha beta coming together, 27 into the house of Bait. 63 is your 3 by 21, your 3 cubes of your communication coming here. Your 6 times 3, 18, 6 and 3 is 9, creates 99. 9 and 18 is 27. The house of Bait, Venus, with the 7th gate residing. It's 1 and 8, 1 to the center, 8 around. It's these 2 on the outside to 7 on the inside, or it's these 2 to the outside with 7 on the inside. It's either 3 and 6, and then 4 and 5. This is the way the dice cube is set up. The 273rd day is the 29th. It becomes 929. First it becomes 2. First it becomes the, first of all, another thing is that in the leap year, it becomes the 60th day of the year. Valentine's Day is the 45th day of the year. When you add up all the numbers on every single side of this dice, and you add them up on 3 sides, it equals to 135. When you add them up on all the sides, okay, 6 sides, it becomes 3 sides and 3 sides of 45 times 6 equals to a total of 270. Remember the house of Bait, number 27? It becomes 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5 is 270. 1, 3, 5 says ACE. ACE is what splits things up. The one spirit into creation in the E world. One spirit creates and then goes into the E world. In order to put a crown on this, 135 is equivalent to 975 in reverse. When I say a crown, you have to bring every number to a full 10. 5 and 5 is 10, 4 and 6 is 10, 1 and 9 is 10, 6 and 4 is 10. That will give me my point in the center, and I'm going to create the circle around it, knowing that the point in the center is equivalent to what my 10 is. Yeah, I broke a tooth the other day. I'm not very happy about it, right? Your 975, 75 is going to reflect electric. 57 is going to connect to the moon and the birth. I'm going to go through these. I'm going to get through a whole bunch of these. So what happens is all your suits, you only get to use 3 suits in the deck, right, to get to your 373, and then that birth happens after the third. The extra suit in the deck brings you to 364, right? And your 364 is, I'm going to write this down. Your seat 364 is 13 by 28 day moons. It's your 4 by 91, 1 through 13. The number of cards in a deck, when you add 1 through 13, number 91 equals to the spirit. 19, okay, is what brings the two systems together. 19 connects the moon, because when you look at 19 as a base number, it's 19 to the base, but it moves up to 38 and then into 57. Your 57 is the true number, 3 by 19, and to bring everything into formation, you got to multiply it by 3 and 4. Everything has to work by 3 and 4. And if you miss, it's +1 +2 for the 3. If you miss with the 4, it's +1 +2 +3 for the 4. If you miss on the negative side, which is less than or the dark sun, it's -1, -2, or -1, -2, -3. The dark sun is within Saturn. Inside the word Saturn says rat. Inside the Saturn has a location symbol, the A and the T coming together, 21, equal to the cube. At the same time, they talk about in blackjack about what 21 is. At the same time, 1 and 2 is what creation is about. From 1 through to 21 is 231. You connected your ABC cat into the pound key, where the pound key is also to know. When you say cat, you also say not only the pound key or the 9 legs of the cat, you also say the K9, the K representing to the dog. The dog is number 26 within the house, within the queen's house, within the game that we reside. When you count 2 through 6, it equals to 20. 20 again is that house that we are in right now, T minus counting in the negative house. Negative, let me put that down, and maybe I'll come back, and I hope I don't forget any of this. Oh, I won't. I just forget where I am right now. April 1st, closest to the true New Year. Bowling 300. Every time you put an X down, we'll talk about that. Yes, bowling is big time included, but I like to say that life began in the 10th frame. So we started at 30, and then the minimum amount was 31. Life began in the 10th frame. So when you get down to the first frame from the 10th frame, in the second frame, in the Venus house, you get 270. In the 10th house, you get 300. Did I do that? No. In the 10th house, you get 300. In the 10th house, you also get 30. In the first house, you get 30, and you also get 300. In the second house, you're going to get 60, and you're also going to get 270. In the third house, you're going to get 90, right? And you're also going to get 240. That's absolutely perfect. 2 times 3 times 4 is 24. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9. It works out absolutely perfect into the vibrational house, into the third house. When you go both ways, adding in the bowling. We're going to do the fourth frame for the mirror, and in the fourth frame we'll get to 10, so we reach the mirror. We reach the moon. When you get 21, it's like all zeros equal to 6. The minute you get 21, it reaches the moon. 216 for the 2160 diameters of the moon for the 1.5 times 1440 minutes in a day to reach 2160. Earth is 5.5, your sky pass. So the fourth frame will give you 120. Oh, it brings it together. Oh, yeah, 15 and 20. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. The pool game and the dart game have now entered into this realm. I'm going for a drink of water. I'm going to come back. I want to get to these questions because the minute you ask me a question, for some reason, more often than not, I can tell you a story about it, right? Let me breathe for 1 second. Just give me a second over here. If you want to just take a look around. Okay, I'm going to see if I can open this up. You got to go to the bathroom, take 2 minutes over here. Just give me a second. It's bothering me that there's a whole bunch of stuff in my sink, you know. I'm on here and I'm doing this and I'm not keeping up. I don't like when the house gets dirty, you know. I'm warming up my tea. I'm just warming up my tea over here. If you want, can you give me just 2 minutes? Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I have to go and get something. It's like a 2-minute break over here, if that's okay with everybody. I'm going to get to all the questions, right? Dog, cat, monkey, moose, the zodiac signs. I'm still starting to learn them, but I can tell you some stuff about them and reasons how they connect and where they connect. And I have this shirt over here. I did in 2000. I did this shirt in 2015. Okay. By the way, if anybody knows, when you dig, right? When you dig with a spade. They also call it a pick, and a pick is a needle. It says on the front of the shirt, do your studies, right? The vacations cause, right? Cause the severeness, or it's at the end of the point. The thing about that also, what comes up in my work is Madame Curie. Madame Curie, she's also a big part. She fits into Mercury, and she's also MC, her numbers. Also, remember, the energy is in the lightning, right? The energy in the lightning. Split. Light, 10-9, lightning. Nintendo, 9-10. When I hear do at the end of Nintendo, the first thing it tells me, it reverts me back to is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So do is first and do is eighth in that song. T, or the IT system at the seventh gate. Re, a drop of golden sun. So when they start to sing the song, they're actually telling us a story at the same time. Yeah, so just give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to go out. I had to just go grab something. Okay, back in time. Water is... Yeah, so I got this all over my apartment, right? I got a lot of fleur-de-lis. I have a bull, I have a bear. I have the operator between them, or the, what they call is the market makers, M&M. Roman numerals, you know what? Have you ever looked at Roman numerals, what they look like? What they say, besides the number value, the association, when you write down a word. Just give me a second here. Oh, my teacup. Give me 1 minute. I'm having hot water, two drops of oregano oil, and I don't like it, but I'm using my my metal spoon to put in my honey, and I really don't like to do that, right? So I'm going to look at it two ways. Since I'm holding the spoon in my hand, if any energies are going to release, they'd have to go into my hand. What's going on, girl? Yeah? You hungry? Hold on. Is your litter dirty? Was your litter dirty? Okay, I'm coming back. I'm coming. So let me put this over here. Whoa, that's strong. A little too much. That was strong. Okay, yes, you want? Okay. Let's go here. Should I put on a little music? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wow, where's my keyboard? I lost my keyboard. Oh my God. I lost my keyboard behind the okay, let me check this out. Just give me a minute. All the musical instruments, eh? And else, I just want, there's a specific song I want to get that that does, oh, maybe this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so let's get back to these questions. How is everybody? I haven't been looking at anything. I'm going to get to them in a minute. A beautiful, simple note. Beautiful, simply wonderful. Oh, I'm down too far in the page. I have to go back up. Yeah, and if anybody wants to help out this channel, hey, dear God, Jiminy Crickets, I can really use it. Just sending back this message. Just give me a minute on the live. I just somebody just sent me a very nice picture, and I'm looking at it, and I love it. Thank you very much. And it was like, oh, did it just happen? No, it happened an hour and 20 minutes ago. So just to let you know that today is not my first day on here. I'm nervous and timid every single day, right, about this stuff. So you can see I'm in here. I'm Mr. Tackpans. and I got 2,500 subscribers over the last 15 years. I have 10,000 videos. I have less than 1 million views. And if you'd like to help and support the channel, let me see what this does. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Just give me a second. Whoop. So it comes out like this if you want to take a screenshot, whether it's you or somebody who watches in the future. I usually update these videos onto my YouTube account, right? And at the top of it, when I began, whoop, that's a phone number coming in. Okay. See that, Mr. Tackpan's over there? It says the return of Dragon Ball Z. Signal Testing System. Sigma. That is something to do with the moon. Satan 1 and Satan 2. When I first began, these are some of the notes. When I bring out my call letters, okay, it's Mr. Tackpan 7286, 72 for the gateway in the House of Bait, the Venus worlds. 86 is for the divided gate by Luna and the two moons of Deimos and Phobos. When you watch Sesame Street, right, all that stuff you see in the Oscar in the garbage can, etc., right, they don't say those words for nothing. They're part of what the system made from itself. We might be living some kind of AI system. Remember, we come apart. Very simply, we're built up and we come apart. How fast? I don't know. We can't know. We can't know. Because of where we live right now, okay, and how we function as humans, we cannot know if we can be made like that. Even if you say it's impossible, I thought it was impossible. Okay, let me read the rest of these comments. And I'm going to go back to, well, I'm not on the right station here, on my right channel. Let me do this over here 1 second. There's... okay. Okay, somebody sent me something. I'm looking for feedback. They sent me a warning. Am I not allowed to do what I did? Okay, so I won't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. I'll just try and stay away. Maybe they didn't like that I put out that advertising. Am I allowed to say I have a YouTube channel? Well, it says it right on my, I'm going to go back. Northwest Territories. 7286 might be around there. We are a mix of Earth operating system, conscious soul self. That was Phoenix Ing, ING. Like the astrological DNA code, which is our avatar code of our placement in the simulation. That's the way I see it. Astro, 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 AS, AS, AS. If I look at that a few times, I'll use the A for a division of something. I'll use the S for more than one connecting. I'll use the T for many more than one connecting. T is 4 times 5 or 2 times 10. All the ways to get to T to understand the 20th letter, also known that is the 7th letter. And to get to the 7th letter, I can say either 3 and 4, 3.5 times 2, or 3, 1, 4. And that is the 3-1-4 cycle of the 4-3 cycle. The reason it's the 3-1-3-4-3 cycle, because I have to put the heart of 1 on this side or that side. So if I put the heart on one side of 3-1-3, it becomes 4-3. The soul into the aether, I think the same way. When you're spiraling up, and the same way you're spiraling down, or is there one spiral here, one spiral here? How many spirals are they? How is it set up? Frontward and backwards. Yes, yes, front 9 and 11, both way in diagonal method, which gives the same dimension shape of the DNA. Really? We may cut off, and if I do cut off, I'm going to go live on, I'm going to go open live on my other one. But yeah, I should just hold on a second. Let me finish reading this. Okay. There's 88 markings in the scale of music, and they don't. Whoop! I didn't do that purposely, but okay. Oh boy, sorry about that. I'll take it off when I get a chance if I can figure it out. I had a vision for 4 days in December, 21st to the 24th. It ended Christmas Eve. 59. Your daughter's name is 55 and 5. A and E. Sometimes you should just leave them out, right? A, E, and I, leave them all out because of the story they tell. Add them in after. Also to note that when you write a word down, SKYE, although it's 59. Okay, so what happens is there's odds and even. I didn't say God and Eve. I said odds and even. And I don't speak much Hebrew, but if I had to say impair and pair, but then if I was French, pair would be the father. Could impair be the mother? I know in Hebrew that Ima is the mother when Abba is the father. So when we have the seventh day of the day of the rest for the rest of our life, we have the Sabbath, Abba, Th. Th, and I spoke before and I mentioned this and I forgot to tell you that when we arrive after the bronze, right, our communication in the Bronze Age, we come to Th. Th lasts all the way to 20th. When you count from the 4th all the way to the 20th, you're going to count using the T and the H. When you count from 4 to 20th, you get an ST, an ND, an RD, a TH. And that's all you'll ever see. I'm 4th, I'm 1st, I'm 7th, I'm 9th, I'm 3rd, I'm 2nd, you know? Then what happens with this one over here? Okay, it's an ST. It's a gold. Gold is number 38. Silver is 85. Bronze is 80. On the extended version, when I break them all down, it'll actually say 888. The next level up, three times 8, 3 plus 8, 24 and 11, 35, 8. 8 times 5, 40, 8 plus 5, 13, 40 and 13, 53, 5 and 3, 8, and 8. Gold mixed in silver sort of looks like bronze. When you come to 4th, you go from 4th to 20th. D and T. D and T. 420, a division between 8 and 6. The T letter is the 20th letter. And the the T letter is the 20th letter. Why did I, hold on a second. You went from 4th to 20th. Right, okay, yes, that's when TH comes in. Okay, TH. T and H. Teach. Teach the students. Teach the students of the power of Christ. Pharaoh, teach my students to farrow the land and build the cities. And Ramses must stop the firstborn. Was it airborne? Stop the firstborn? Hold on a second. I'm going to look up. There's a special at my local pharmacy. They got Ramses for sale to stop the firstborn. Everything I do here for entertainment purposes only, although I only speak, okay, what comes from, we're on a treasure hunt. Maybe we should call it like that. I'm on a treasure hunt, and I'm finding where everything is located, and if there's anything similar, right, is something hiding with a mask, I'll find it, okay, by the size and the weight and the word. 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters. Is it 5 pounds? Or is it in grams or in ounces? The periodic table, weights and measures, baking a cake, turning on the oven. How much time do we need for this cake? How much time do we need before we hit the hay? You know, hay is a Hebrew letter. So should we hit the hay, go to bed, feet on one side, head on the other, split 180 degrees, not the 90-degree angle that we stand up every single day? 90 and 180, what's described on where I'm not sure where it is, equals to that 270. I wish I can show you. It's that round thing. Okay, I don't see it. Okay. So let me get through back up 7 moons. I'm all the way back April 1st. Baseball. Yeah, 9 innings in baseball, right? But also the word in French in baseball says that you have 9 sleeves. That means somebody doesn't have a sleeve or doesn't have an arm or something, or you have a half a person. The ox, whoa, this just flipped. The ox is also the goddess Hathor. Okay, the one spirit of the gold in heaven. It's gold. OR is for gold. It's 33 rotation in the sun. When TH and OR come together, I see the sun and the moon coming together, or the rotation. Okay, time heaven, the rotation of the moon. I like to look at the O and R is 9 and 6, so another yin and yang in that situation. In fact, the whole word basically says there's 3 different things happening in that word. The HA, right, is over here, the one with 8 that goes around. The HA coming together as 18 or 81. 81 is Venus, 9 times 9, right? The 18, 1 and 8, is also telling me, but it's in the first position, right? Not in the second position. So I haven't figured out all the when I should and when I shouldn't. I just know all that I can do, I do. And I'll figure out how I should separate it after. When you say 18 or 1 and 8, talking about 9 times 9, 9 plus 9, which is a configuration of 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, equals to 18 and 8, equals to 9 and 9. So, wow, where was I? Yes. Okay. So 18, what happens is in French, they say 10 and 8. In French, they say 10 and 8. And I always have to go back. I'm the child of the Creator. I was put here, okay? I've got my full connection, right? I can move my head. I can think. I got my 5 senses, right? I got to think on my own, you know? I got the basic instincts, you know? I got the basic instincts. Now, the question would be like, how did I figure out any of this? Does any of this make any sense? Is it real? Is it not? Can it be pieces of a larger puzzle that will tell a story, not necessarily telling you that there is a God, that there is a Jesus, or anything else like that? It's going to tell a story. And how you believe in what genre you market this story in, okay? And when you market it into as truth, or if you believe it as truth, then that's what it will become. As a child of the Creator, I wanted to do something that was fair with all my friends. I didn't want anybody to have an advantage over me. And if they did I get a handicap for it? So we have to remember that the deck of cards, the Monopoly game, the dice, when you start to do things when it comes to money, you now implicate Mars into this. The reason for that is on the keyboard, Mars, right, is the dollar sign. Earth is the pound key, where the 9 lives of the cat reside, the thinking mind, perhaps on its own. The ox, X and O, we play the game tic-tac-toe, Also in bowling, since we use X, we now can use O. O is the 15th letter. There's also the game in bowling where a strike is 15, right? This is ironic. I just saw this. I missed this for the longest time. O equals to 15, which equals to 3 times 5. X equals to 10, equals to 2 times 5. Wow, electric company and earth. Okay. Why does X equal to 10? Why does O equal to 15? When you bowl, okay, when you go bowling, right, in 10 pin, when you mark an X, even though you mark an X with all strikes, the letter O is the 15th letter. In 5-pin bowling, you have a total of 15. You have 3 times 5, and you get to use 3 balls. In 10-pin bowling, okay, you only get to use 2 balls to achieve a spare. In the other one, it's 3 balls. X and O equals for 39. It's your first 12. X and O are also 66. They're in the 6th house. The reverse of O, okay, is L, and the reverse of X is C. You now have CL, and CL in French as a sound is the sky. Usually you're going to say the painted sky. Your CL would also be 33, which comes to your birth and rotation of your creation within the sun. 396. No matter what you multiply by 3, you will only have 3 answers. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 run in rotation. 3 and 6 run out rotation. 3, 6, 9, 12. We start over again. 6, 12, 18, 24, 2 and 4, 6. We start over again, but not the other numbers. 9 works with the bunny rabbit. 9 has only 2 letters in the house in the alphabet. It works with the bunny rabbit. 9 and 9. 99 cents is the completion of the change. When you have change, you have 99, the change in your pocket. You can't have $1 because then you have $1, you have no more change. I don't care how it comes. I want to know what the number is. 99 reverts to 66. In French, the numbers stop at 69, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Because after that, they say something else. They start the association. Even though there's an association at 14 has an association to 4. 16, 17, 18, and 19 have that association. But 1 and 11 and 2, okay, and 12, okay, and 3 and 13 and 15, 5 and 15 do not have the same duplication as 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, and 5 equals to 8 equals to 11. This equals to 11. This equals to 34 and 11. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. There's 3 moons of birth, okay, into the reflective worlds. The E world stays in the lower world, 1, 2, 3, 5. Electric company connecting to the moon of the high birth. Give me a second. I'm going to explain it. I see it. I know it. It's not that hard. It just look up orphan roulette. Let me have a little bit of this tea over here. Let me see what this. My cat sits on top of my phone. We were 4. We were 10. Okay, I want to get into these. 45 is half of the right angle. Okay, and our birth is at the 225 mark. Our birth is at the 225 mark in the minus area. 135 to the left, 225 to the right. Right, and then you have to occupy space of 9 and 9, meaning 216. Okay, which reaches the moon. through 234, which reaches our vibration. When you reach the 216, you have 216 and 216 and 144. And then from the 225, you have 135. And then from the 234, you have the 126. These are the degrees. 9 times 25 equals to 225. Half of 45, right? That's what you get. That's where our coming is. The difference is 135 where the split sun comes in. 234 is to one side. 216 is the other side. The 144. Maybe the 1440 minutes, the 12 by 12 come into our day. 414. The Hanukkah candles. 4 and 4 and 1. The 126 is going to reach the moon. The 221.6 is going to reach the moon. The 135 will reach the sun. This one will be our vibration. This is the double birth in the mirror world. I'm going to go back and look at these comments. Sorry, I'd like to keep up to these comments. I don't know why I'm not. So I don't know what's happening here because my comments aren't moving at all. We got 7-4 power 4. I got flagged, Stellar. I don't know why. I don't know what I showed. You know, maybe I showed that how many people I had on my other account. Well, the account I've been on for 20 years. You know, so maybe because it wasn't my website. I have no idea. Well, whatever. 74. We got 75. Right. What I do is very unique, right? And if you want to see another part of this house, I'm quite sure there might be a few new people tonight. And I'm asking you out there, send some likes. See, I'm not really a promoter like that. That's not really me. Should I be doing that? If I start doing that, I'm going to take away my concentration from the questions that are being asked. And when I start going off into selling myself, I'm not looking to selling. I'm looking to give away. I'm looking to give away and not asking to receive, even though this is my work. I don't want to say that some people say that those who know are the teachers. I'm just a messenger. I'm just here to share what I have learned. And there's 2.1 billion people, 2.2 billion people that pray to this. Because of what reason? The word Muhammad comes out of this. The word Allah comes out of this. But it also comes out of this. The heart of this area here is number 74. The fourth level of 5 is 74. The fourth level of 5, when we ramp up. I ramp up with 5 two ways, my 2 basic ways. Here's the way it goes. 5. Well, let me take that face off here. I don't like that. Well, how do you take the face off? Face off. Oh my God, I want to take my face off. I'm talking hockey again, right? So there's 2 shares. Share. I wish there was somebody here before. My vision was about gold, silver, bronze, the church window with green leaves. Green is a blue and yellow coming together, and blue and yellow right now is having a little problem. The cross in the traditional and on the royal medals is a 4 triangle with a circle in the center. I'm going to have to look at that. Well, all triangles have 4 sides. Is that true or false? Please tell me, somebody. Tell me. How do I take the face off? Oh, here it is. Okay, does somebody know why, right? Does somebody know why? Oh yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yes, the 144 is the same thing with the Bible. We have 144, check where it comes from. 9, 18, 36, 9, 18, 36, 72, 9, 18, 36, 72, 144. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 7. So now we have 144, and the next one over here is 144. We have 288. 288 and 288 is 576. 5,760 years is the year 2000 from the beginning of the moon calendar. So we're going to see where we are. Whoa. I'm looking at these comments and my cat flicked the tail right into the thing and everything went to the other side. Give me a 6. Gold, sir, bronze. You know, I got this thing right over here. What am I supposed to do with this? It keeps flicking in front of me at the lower screen when I'm reading. Hey, Poopy. Whoa. It's okay. Join. You know what? I just got like 40 people who joined at one time, and there's 3 people watching. Whoopie-doo. Okay, wipe this out to the side here because I'm trying to look for the messages. Okay, let's see where we were. So we understand how things work, right? And then you have the other side of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right? So let me write this down. Because don't forget, there's the in-between, right? We have to have full formation. So first I went 5, and then I went, no, I did 9. I did 9, 18, 36, 72, 144. And then I did 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. And then I do 7, 14, 21. No, make a mistake. Then I do 7, 14, 28, 56, 112. And then I'm going to do 6, 12, 18, 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. See, 5 goes out and it's never 5 again. Then we go to 4. Then we're going to go to 8, 16, 32, 64. And we're going to go to 3, 6, 12, 24, 48. I think I have a mistake. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Okay, so let me take a check what's going on over here. So I'm going to show you this. No, I'm going to write a few more things down. Then I'm going to do... Just give me 1 second. I'm writing these few things down. Okay, she's going to take a drink of this. Let's see what happened. Darts. The thing about darts, Judy, I don't know where we are in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. We have some new people who joined. We have invite Sophie 7448 391 28. And then we have new finger 160. All right, I can't read that far. I can't read that. I'm going to, oh, the cat just changed the screen again. So with the darts, there's 20 areas when you count, and we were on this before, when you're with the darts, when you count all the 20 areas, okay, it equals to 210. The same thing when you look at the dice of 6 and 2, right? When you look at the dice of 6 and 2, and you count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it equals to 20. When you turn it around, okay, 5 and 1, call that Mars, call that a puck, call that cold blue, call it number 34. The reason for number 3 and 4, the blue comes together through Mars, DC. It's a Democrat, okay, demolition. So here we go, 5 and 1, right? When you add 1 through 5, it equals to 15. So now we have adding and adding 15 and 20. 2015 was the year 5775, where it was a completion of 12, 12, 33, 33, 33, 33, in which December 3rd this year will be 3, 3, 3, 3. December will be the first 3, 3, 3, 3 this year, December 3rd. Okay, December 3rd. Why? Because November, which was the 11th month of creation, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, will create 1 and 2, which will create the 12th month. The 12th month, 1 and 2 is 3. We have December. When we go to December 3rd, it becomes the 33rd day since the creation of from 11. It'll be 30 days of 1 month and 3 days of the other. And it'll happen in the 12th month, Alpha Beta, which is the 3rd month, where Alpha Beta comes together as 1 and 2 as one of the wings, as 12 equals to 11. 12 as December, the 12th month, 1 and 2 equals to 3. The reverse of L is O, representing Mars, representing 15. It's 12 and 15 coming together. Where we play 12 minutes in basketball to where we play 15 minutes in football. From beyond the arc, it was a 3-point play. From inside the circle 2, you get a foul, it's 1. The judges, the striped ones, calling the game on the floor. And that's why December 3rd this year, and it's never happened before, and we are actually in the year 5785. Moon Matrix. Very big year. Number 13 this year. 12 and 13 come together this year. 12 and 13 come together this year. In between 5 and 8 is 6 and 7. This ain't going to happen again. This ain't going to happen for a long time. When 6 and 7 comes between 8 and 5, okay, until 58. That's the next time it's going to happen. In 58. You ever hear of the 33 record player and the 45? You think it just came out of the wind? It's all part of creation. And another thing about the word of God, sometimes they say don't put the O, don't implicate the O in God, right? No, certainly not. That's 7 and 4 for G and D. The O is us. Don't implicate that who is at the heart of creation. We are at the heart of the creation. That we breathe the air. That when we choose, we should choose through the air we breathe. To understand who we are, because you woke up this morning and you're going to bed at night. And you woke up tomorrow and you went to bed that night. And for the rest of your life, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you this question. When you get up in the morning, okay, who are they putting those socks onto? Who's going to breathe the air when you wake up in the morning? Who's going to open those eyes? When you go to sleep at night, who closes those eyes? And if you're going to say anybody else but God, you're 100% right. Because God is within you, within your soul, for every breath you take. For every breath you take, the Lord is within you, the creator, the fabrication of the whale that we live in right now. You can't get away with it. You can't go anywhere. Every breath you take is you breathing in life, the life of creation. Take away that breath of air and you take away life. So where is the God? The God is within you. So every choice you make, it's your choice and no other choice. And when you want to blame someone, first blame yourself. And if you want to thank someone and help someone, help yourself. Be glad of who you are. If you made a bad choice, so what? You made a bad choice once, you made a bad choice twice, sold, you made a bad choice. Forget about it. How do we forget about things? This world is set up that they bring everything back at us to remind us it's over. Now, trust is something else, okay? And I'm not going to get into this, how this all works. We'd have to look at the animals, right? We have to look at the animals. The dog, the cat, the mouse, the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rooster. The rooster is at top of the church. And I'm thinking about it. Why is the rooster at the top of the church? Maybe it wants a bird's eye view of the Twin Towers, because the numeric value for rooster is 110. And we had 110 stories on the towers, but when they went down, the roof went down with it. And the roof was the 111th floor, the heart of everything. 2 towers, the Mars moons, to the 1 tower they built up, the twisted DNA tower all the way to the top, bringing in, right, some kind of passage, because all passage has to be like this. All passage is like this. The helicopter. The cross is in the traditional and on the. I read that before, and I'm just looking at it again. I'm not really sure what you're saying, because I'm not aware of it. I'm not really aware of that. Right? Well, it says there's only 3 people here, but I can't say. I'm going to say hi to a few of them. Let me look back. Back. Okay. Because say no one said anything. That's fine. I know I missed out on a few things, so you're going to have to ask me to go back. Just to let you know, I have a YouTube channel, and for some reason I like to come on here. I don't know why. It's something about it. And I'm just going to try and... I have to plug this in because she might run out. You know, right around the world, we want to bring in the ACE, the PE ACE, PE ACE, 16 and 5, 21, 1 and 6 is 7, 7 and 5, ACE, 7, 5, 1, 3, 5. Peace. Uh, 16 and 5 and 9 equals to 30. 7, 5, 9. Okay, this, I want to see. Yeah, I mentioned, and it's a little hot. I put this on. I don't want to hear anything outside. I don't want to hear any little noises or anything. I need to stay purely concentrated, right? Right. So when we're talking about these 2 dice cubes, right, I did this already. When we have it here, right, the reverse is here. So this is going to be 73, creation in the 7th gate, right? And then this one over here, okay, is going to be 48. So where Pluto comes in. 1/3 and 2/3. 12. 4 and 8 in 12. 8 is 2/3 and this is 1/3, right? Where do I see this? Got to bring back my guide, my guidance counselor, right here. Take a look. The one dot, one area. There's 9 areas. Take away 1 dot. There's 9 areas. Take away 5 dots. I take away 5 dots. I'm left with 4. I take away 1 dot. I'm left with 8. 8 and 4. The opposite side, I got 3 in the center to the 3 in the center and 7. 3 and 7, 10. 8 and 4, 12. 12 and 10 come together. 2 and 6 equals 8 and 12. 7 and 3 equals 10 and 21 equals 20 and 8 equals 31 and 11. The cube is number 31. Go to jail is the 31st property. Okay, it's the 31st area property in Monopoly, being the 30th away from go. Go is number 1 and 41. Every single game that I know of, I have found something about. Go ape, pay 400. Pass go, 55 and 22, 77. Forfeit the landing on go. So you pass go, you forfeit. Okay, forfeit the landing. Okay, forfeit the landing on go and you get 200. So you're getting, if you forfeit the landing on go, you get 200. Otherwise, you get 400. The 2 corners crossing or 4 corners crossing. The number 22 is for Mars. And at the same time, we're going to end up getting ape out of this word. Oh. A lot of new information today. I've been learning for 20 years. I know something today I didn't know yesterday, and the day before that, what I didn't know the day before that. If you go check out my videos, you'll see how I started 14 years ago or 16 years ago. Either some stuff on FB or my Art Mr. Tack Pans, or on YouTube under the same name. I got the name from a snapping turtle and a cat. I just put them together and I ended up with Snapcat. And that was taken, so I just reversed it and called myself Mr. Tack Pans. Mr. is number 31, part of the go to jail. And the word cube is number 31. And it's funny that Venus is 81 and square is 81. It just so happens the 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 9, 81. 9 and 9, 18 and 81. Coming together for 99 and 63. And it's the 63 that will create the 99. 18 and 81. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. 9 times 9, 81. 9 plus 9, 18. And 81 is 99. 18 minus 81 is 63. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 and 18 is 27, goes inside, but 18 is 1 and 8 is 9, and reproduces to a single digit, 99. Our basic creation, alpha, beta, 1 and 2, coming in fruitation, inside the sun, creation. Our communication creation. The one who purrs a lot, the cat. Cat and the dog, huge. It's raining. cats and dogs. It's raining, cats and dogs. You have to know that the word reign, right? Only the queen reigns. According to this, the heavens are ruled by the queen, right? But the king stands between the heavens, ruling by Luna, ruling by that one singular moon. So I wanted to show you this association before between the moons. How you doing there, buddy? You have a kiss for me? How you doing, Sierra? How you doing, everybody? You waved at Sierra. I waved at this one. There's 2 people here. It's a little crazy, eh? Wow, it says 100 people join. I see no one. That's okay. What can I do? What can I do? Are you still here, Stellar? Because, right? Are you still here, Stellar? Because something don't make no sense, no? Is it just me? I just wiped out all my... I think I wiped out all my comments joining my page. Yeah, I saw. Okay. Here's the way it goes. Mercury and Venus have no moons. Mercury is the first planet, 103. Venus is the second planet, 81. First and second planet goes with 1 moon. Earth, the third planet. Mars, the fourth planet. Phobos is 1 moon of Mars. Deimos is 1 moon of Mars. These 2 moons over here, okay, are going to go with Mercury, making it 3. This 1 moon, Luna, is going to go at Venus, making it 3. We now have 3 and 3. Now Earth is going to capture Earth, okay, is going to capture Venus, which captured Luna, making it 6. I think, did I do that right? And then, let me see, did I do that right? And then Mars captures Mercury, right? Mars and Mercury 5, Earth and Venus 5. Mars captures Mercury, 4 and 1, 5, and then captures the 2 moons of Phobos and Deimos, 5, 6, 7. Did that work out properly? I have to see if I did that properly. So let me turn it around. So the control within the Mercury and the Venus, that possibly, whether it's in our sky or whether it's in us or in our moon, this is the entanglement of the association between these moons, between the first 4 planets and the first 3 moons, before we go on into the E-World Connect, okay, which is 6, 7, 8, and 9, where 6, our birth, plays the role with connecting moons and connecting planets. Now, I mean, do we have enemy planets? Should I have an enemy planet? Okay, if you're talking with 9, your enemy planet would be meeting halfway to somewhere. The enemy planet, I think, I have to figure out which way this enemy planet is going to come up. Somebody already knows, but I have to figure out how the enemies come up or how the enemies work together. What I can show you is, let me see if I can do this over here. See if I can do this. I think my computer's frozen. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. No. I don't know why my, this is, hold on a second, something. I gotta just go back. Tesla starts with TE5. What happened to it? All of a sudden it's gone. Okay, I'll show you this small one here. Okay, let me show you the small one here. Okay, so I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but I did this myself. This is all the same. This is the same as this, is the same as this. It's only your eyes are seeing it different. Let me see if I can get that out. Can you see how it's the same? The two of them are close over here. The two of them are close over here. And the two of them are close over here. Here is 147. Here is 147. Here is 147. Sorry, here is 147. Here is 147. Here is 147. So I connect 147 to 147. And then I connect 369 to 369. I do not connect 2, 5, and 8. And this one over here, I connect 1, 4, and 7 and 2, 5, and 8, but I don't connect 3, 6, and 9. Right? I don't connect 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9, 3, 6, and 9, 3, 6, and 9. This one over here, I connect 3, 6, and 9 with 2, 8, and 5, and I don't connect 1, 4, and 7, and this is what it does. This is what the 9 does. Where is the enemy? I don't know, but eventually within time and enough questions, I'll be able to open the vision. I can't open a vision if I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what anybody, if you're looking for something, I found all this information from what other people have created. I didn't create anything. I didn't even recreate anything. I just showing you what's actually there. What is there. Right? Give me 1 second to breathe. Just give me 1 second. We're like oysters. We fabricate pearls. The more our mind works, the more we fabricate pearls. We have to have the dimensions of our life, right? I'm not going to tell you how we fabricate. We fabricate things. Okay, there's a reason for certain things. Organic things. The organ moves, right? And it creates things like the oyster in the ocean, creating the pearls. So let me see this. Mercury, okay. Mercury, we're going to put A, and we're going to put Mercury with Phobos. Whoop, I wrote that wrong. Just give me a second. A Mercury A with Phobos A and Deimos A, and then we're going to get Venus B with Luna, B with Earth, B, and then this one would be A. I didn't want to put Venus with Earth. I'm putting it here now. 3 and 2, 4 and 1. Okay, let me add this up. 1, 5, 6, 7. Now let me add this up. This one is 6 and this one is 7. Is that possible? What if I moved it around? What if I did Mars and Venus would be 4 and 2 plus 1 moon. And then I would do Earth and Mercury and 2 moons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. No matter what I do, okay, Mars ends up with a 4, 2, 1. And Earth ends up, why can I get the Earth with the 1? Let me do this. Earth with Mercury and 1 moon. 3, 1, and 1. Mars with Venus and 2 moons. No, that doesn't work out. So the first thing I did was right, but I have to write this down and see all the combinations. But basically, I looked at it this way. When they're combinating, I get Mercury, A Mercury, B Venus, C Earth, D Mars, A, B, C, D. Mercury and Mars, 1 and 4, 5. Venus and Earth, 2 and 3, 5. Earth, okay, gets the 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, 3, 1, and 1, 5. Mars gets the 1 moon of Luna. Mars, the controller of Luna. Earth, playing the role with Phobos and Deimos. Earth, playing the role with Venus. Mercury playing the role with Mars. You end up with 5, 5, and then you end up with 3, 5, 5. Rest. When the Earth gets to 2 moons, it becomes 5. When Mars gets to 1 moon, it becomes 5. When Mercury gets Mars, it becomes 5. When Earth gets Venus, it becomes 5. A, B, C, D, Jackson 5s, hooking up Earth. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, there was another thing about movement, right? The movement in a single area space in a cell has to be like this. Otherwise, perhaps I'll make a squiggly line. This means to go through this is giving me a polarity of a single area space. When you're in a builder's code and have to go straight across, you have to draw the lines to understand where the center is. So now I would draw the lines the other way, and all my X's would make the halfway point. The halfway point would be 600. And one of the reasons for that is the hockey game. The halfway point, okay, is that, sorry, it's not 600, it's 30 minutes, which is going to be 180 seconds. At that point, you'll be in the middle of a hockey game where there's 5 players and 1 on the offense. 1 player, the goalie, is on his own defense. The forwards and the 1 behind the net. 5 and 1 Mars, this dice cube, has 4 to the band, 1 up on the top, equaling to 5, 1 at the bottom. You only ever get to see 5. 1 you will never get to see. We spoke about 120 before. When we added up, when we got to the year 2015, right? When we got to the year 2015, 5775, we were looking at the Queen and we were looking at Mars at that time. We can be looking at hockey also if you want. When we're looking into the deep cold, the hockey stick comes up, gets cold. Mars, the Queen, the game. Okay, the ball is number 27, so is the house of bait. When you add up 1 to 5, it equals to 15. You add 1 to 15, it equals to 120. There's 15 balls in the game of pool. When you add 2 through 6, it equals to 20. You have 20 in the game of darts, where there's a 25 and a 50 center, equaling to the electric moon. The green and the red. So who's green, who's red? Is it a red Martian or a green Martian? Could be 1 moon, 2 moon, 3 moons. When you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210, the game of darts. 210 and 120. 15 and 20, 35, brother. 3.5, the heart of these cubes. The wolf howls at the moon, going with the flow. Lamb is 28. 1 singular moon. The moon is Luna. Wolf, 2 times 28, 2 moons, the 2 moons of Mars. The wolf howls at the moon. Demas and Phobos. Now we're down to 1 person here. Makes absolutely no sense for what I do. We're going to take a check and take a look. Says 2 people now. No, 2 people before. 7,500 likes. I've been here for 3 hours. No way. It's 10:54. Hey, I think we're going to end it here. And I know I didn't do everything, but we're going to end it right here unless somebody comes in, unless I see a whole flood of people. I'm going to give this 1 minute. I think my night was spectacular. I'm absolutely, incredibly, very happy. I think I have a visitor coming here. And I just said I'm going to look and wait for some people to show up, and boom. Okay, let's do this. We want to get 50 people. Let's call it out. Let's call it out. Let's say from the bottom of our... Why'd you get so scared? Why'd you get so scared? Wow. Wow, she rocketed out of my hand. She just jumped out. Can we do a little prayer amongst us? Send that vibration out to the world. Say, oh, dear me, Oh dear me, of me, of me, of me, of the people I've never gotten in the way of. Me, oh me, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh me, oh my. I'm sending it out into the universe to bring in people. You know, and you have to have full confidence if it's going to work or not. You know, I think I did one of the most incredible lives that I've done in a long time. I learned a whole lot of new stuff in this life. I'm really honored to be here with myself. I really am. I really, really, really freak myself out for what I say. Are you my little avatar? Are you my little avatar? Yeah, so somebody must be sitting there silent. You just joined the channel. See, this is the time that I'd probably let someone come into the channel, but I just don't know how to remove them, right? Just give me a second. Let me check this out. How to remove someone when they come into your live if you invite them as a guest or a host. How do we remove joining the channel? Anyways, I have no idea. I'll just do what I usually do, right? Let me see. I got one new message. Oh, I got a whole lot of new messages. What is it saying? How you doing, John? Is this the first time you're here? You know, people show up, you know how I see this, right? Let me tell you how I see this and tell you exactly how I see this. Anything that shows up on the internet, for me, it's chat, whatever. It's AI. I believe there's more AI that show up to my channel than anything else. Now, if they don't like me for saying this, then I shouldn't be here. But if I can't speak the truth, okay, for how I feel, for what I see, and the people scroll through, that when you see this in the background, if you're not stopping over to say, hey man, how did you do that? If you don't stop here, if you don't stop at my channel, when you pass through, right, you pass through my channel, right, and you don't stop to say, hey man, how did you do that, right? Look, here's somebody asking me.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you from?
I am from Canada, Eastern Canada.
Canada, where Jaga?
What's that?
India, where place?
You're from India?
No, I'm from Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, what part? In near like Alberta and stuff, or?
No, Ontario.
Oh, okay, okay. You like my place? What do you think about my paint job?
Play match.
Play match? I don't know. How do you play a match? Okay, we'll play a match. I've never done this before. Okay, play a match.
Play match.
Okay.
Punishment match.
Okay, how does it work?
बंदा कितना काम करेगा ਉਹ ਥਲੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦਬਾ
Okay, is that what I'm doing? I have no idea.
ਉੱਥੇ option click match option. Yeah.
Did I do that?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you got to tell me how this works. Never did this before.
Yeah.
People have to gift you, bro. Then your score will go up.
Okay, well, listen. If they're not gifting me for what I've done, for what I brought to this platform, what I've done, what I found, what I know today that I didn't know yesterday, for me, it's the most amazing thing. And for everything that you know that you learned today, that's the most amazing thing.
Yeah,
You
but
woke up this morning opening your eyes and you're going to go to bed closing your eyes. You're the creator within yourself.
that's right. But the thing is, TikTok doesn't work like that, though.
ਜ਼ੋਨ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਰ ਆਓ ਨਾ ਡਬਲ ਟੈਪ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ
TikTok doesn't work like what?
ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਕੋਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ
So what does everybody do? I heard a lot about this, never participated, because usually when I babble my mouth, unless I'm supposed to be quiet and not say a word, right? Here's my little buddy. Maybe she should be battling. You
What
want to
name?
battle?
What name, little buddy?
This is Aura.
Aura. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful name. Hey, sweetie.
This is our communication.
Uh-huh.
We communicate through this. The reason why the cat is here for communication.
Uh-huh.
I do some numerology. The number to the cat is 24. It divides the seventh gate. Through mathematics, we have to understand what words are, what letters are, what characters are, what dots and dashes are.
And that's what get give her match.
How do we match? Are we matching?
Yeah, we are in match.
Yeah, I know we're in match. So tell me how it works. Are we supposed to be saying I'm better than you and you're better than me?
No, we don't need to say that, but you have to count the. Did you see the counting on the top?
Well, the 247.
Yeah, and did you see the points as well? 3-3, right?
Hold on a second. Where's that? Where is that?
This emoji.
Wait, we win zero. Why win? Did you know that win is number 46? W23 I9 14 for the N. 14 and 9 is 23 IN equals 23 for W. It's created by 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 equals 14 and 9, 23 for the 23 for the win, equaling to 46, which is 101 away from one side and the other, 4, 5, and 6. I'm speaking too fast, eh? Speaking too fast?
1 second.
Hey, what happened? Did the match end?
Yeah, man.
How come you ended the match?
1 second.
मैच जाके तो नहीं करना अभी भी ठीक है ना वो देखिए सोना तो नहीं आया लाइन
Here, well, I'm going to around a little bit. Oh, he's gone. Good. Wow, disconnected. Okay. The match has started. Remember to follow Community Guy and congrats on the win. Enjoy the victory lap with your creator. I'm just walking around. I'm about done with this. I have to leave. I have to leave this table. Got to boil up some water. How you doing? Yeah, I got to do my dishes. You know, I just have to get some dishes done. I don't know where can I put that? Whoa. Yeah, I don't like. There's too much light here, eh? There's too much light in the kitchen. All right, where's too much light? Yeah, I gotta finish my dishes over here for 2 minutes. So I just want to do these dishes. I just have to get them out of the way. So what's going on? We have one person left here. I don't know who's in the room. It might just be myself watching myself. I have to go to the washroom. I've been here for about 4 hours. So I'm like on a 3 or 4 minute break. I'm not sure if you can see these lives, but for those who have never seen this before, I'm going to try and share this to my other channel. I hope I could. I hope I can share this to my other channel or download it or something, right? I think I'm going to end the video now. Oh no, just give me a few minutes. I'm going to go back to my desk. Okay, just give me a second. Going back to my desk. I'm going to maybe turn this around. Before I go, right, I'm just going to, a little bit of math. Not really, right? We got this binary code. We got the Mars code or Area 51 code right over here. 5 cents, 10 cents, 501 Levi's. This one over here, we took the penny off the market and it created the 510 payment system. This one over here is by the strands of 36 and connecting them, right, in accordance to one of the games called roulette. Comes up with these. You can see the aliens over here. We can see the connecting, right? Before something becomes duplicated, how many do we need? And then anyways, there's a whole circuitry that's going on down here. We're not going to talk about it right now because right now we're going to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And if you can help out the channel, look me up, my name up, wherever you can, and it'll be me. Cheers. Let me see how many people are here first. Unless there's 5 people, I'm dropping this. So it says there's 2 people. Why does it say there's 2 people? Are there 2 people? Does somebody want to say something to me or no? Right? I can't do this alone. Let me see. And where is the... Okay, there's nobody here. And for some reason, nothing's working here. Let me see if anybody's hosts and guests. No, I want to go see who's here. Who are my guests here? My guest friend's not watching. And yeah, so it seems like there's nobody speaking, nobody talking. So we're going to leave it at this for tonight. Okay, and this is my place. If you want to know why it's painted like this, just not right now. Come back another time. I'm usually here every single day for a couple hours to talk, chat it out, or look me up under the same name somewhere else. Peace and love. Thank you.